case you have like a thought.
Episode 20,
something, so you know,
21 or something like that. We don't have a time.
or not.
You can probably cut it. All right, everybody, notepads and pens. Say cheese. You can cut the music. Can everybody hear? Everybody check. Let me say something.
Hello.
Hello.
I can barely hear you.
Can barely hear me.
Hello. Check.
I can hear her. PK.
Hello.
A little bit.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome to Make It Make Sense, guys. We're fucking back. I couldn't get any guests last fucking week, to be honest. I was gonna lie and say I went out of town or something. Some reason why we didn't make it happen last week, but at the end of the day, women are fucking flaky. I'm sorry, it is what it is. And couldn't acquire any guests to do an episode, and I was pissed off, so I didn't want to do it by myself. But we're back, and we've got some lovely ladies with us today, and I forgot to turn that TV on. Yeah, we're gonna get to some good topics and make it make sense. I don't always think I'm right, but if you think I'm wrong, I need you to make it make sense. Don't come here with no bullshit. Where it's all fun and games. We need to make sure that we can bring each other together with this male and female dynamics, dating, and it shouldn't be that damn hard. So we're gonna try and fix that. With that being said, we're gonna go around the table, introduce everyone, and we will start with you. Name, age, what you do for a living, and current dating status.
Where do I look? Where am I looking?
Doesn't matter. I mean, the camera's on all of us.
Okay, cool. My name's Katie. I'm 33. I'm a hypnotherapist, and I'm single.
Nice.
My name's Jade. I'm 24. What?
Name, age, what you do for a living, and current dating
Okay.
status.
My name's Jade. I'm 24 years old. I'm currently in a relationship, and I'm employed as a store manager in retail currently.
Nice.
I'm PK Grant. I'm 27. I have a bunch of jobs. I do a lot of work, and I'm single.
Single. Oh, turn it over. Your mic's facing away from you.
I don't really have the right shirt to wear this.
I was just thinking that. It's probably not. It's a really cute shirt, though.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
I don't have a shirt.
All right. My name is Amory. I am 34 years old. I am currently a licensed esthetician and a certified doula, and I am currently situationship.
Situationship.
That's real.
So who's before we keep going? Who's the one who doesn't want to commit? You or him?
We just haven't gotten there yet.
Why not?
We're taking our time.
You're taking your time, or he's taking his time?
Yeah, who's taking their
I
time?
think it's me this time.
You think so?
Yeah,
So then you don't like him that much.
I do.
If you liked him that much, what you taking your time for?
Trauma.
Trump.
So should you be in a
Because
relationship?
I'm actually a divorcee, so I'm taking my time.
Okay.
Does that make a little difference on the play?
No, not really.
No, not really.
Because this is the thing: if you're actually in a relationship, so you can't be afraid when you're already taking the chance.
Yeah, your healing at this point doesn't matter. It's you already decided to jump that far into it, and at the end of the day, when a woman really likes that man, she's excited to tell everybody about it, and when there's no situationship unless he doesn't want to commit. Otherwise, you're not really that into him, because if you really were that into him, you'd be like, I got a man, and everybody needs to know it, and that's where we at.
Because the way you talking is like most men talk.
No,
We'll keep our relationship under
I
wraps.
believe in private till permanent. So.
That sounds like a cop out. Your turn.
I'm Chanel. Relationships. Oh,
Relationship status.
I am currently taken.
Taken. Okay. And my man, my co-host for today, do everything. Name, age, what you do for a living. Shout out your podcast. Let's hear it.
All right. Name. Everybody calls me Bailey, aka Mr. Go Get 'em from No Cap Reacts. Age, just turned 44 a couple weeks ago.
Happy birthday.
Relationship. So quiet as kept. I'm in a relationship. Been with the same woman for 8 years. Looking
Nice.
for girlfriend 2 and 3.
Okay.
So relationship and dating,
Lit.
and then career. This could get long. Corporate business. I run the B2B side of Adobe. Entrepreneur, real estate, business consulting, clothing line, podcast. Feel like I missed. Oh, currently personal training, but not training because my ass got out of shape. So I'm getting back in shape to get back.
Interpersonal
That,
training.
yep.
Bet.
So I do a
So-
little bit of everything.
Without further ado, I guess that's me, huh? Oh yeah, we're making shit work. We're trying new things. We're all using Rode wireless mics today because I was tired of telling people to speak into the mic. So they're just attached to us now. So now you can have some different body language, especially when I start talking shit that no one wants to hear. And we're also engineering today because my man's didn't show up. You guys, this shit is a lot of work. It's fun, but it's a lot of work. Acquiring guests, working all of this equipment, and making sure you guys get a good show. That being said, my name is Troy. I am your host. I am 35 for now. I'm a barber. I have this podcast, and my relationship status is happily in a relationship, looking for additions 2 and 3 as well, because that's how we get down over here. So it's nobody's fault, but we didn't pick topics before we started, so I'm just gonna start reading some shit off, and we're gonna get into it.
Hold on. Let's go back over here.
Okay. Go.
All right.
I'm
So
like, where?
so when it comes to a relationship and the fact that you say you got trauma, right? So my question to you is, how do you fix said trauma?
Oh, well, I mean, you do the work.
Okay, so I'm glad that you said that. You do realize that being in a relationship,
It's part of it.
he
as
is the
well.
one that is checking your work.
Absolutely. You can't be afraid of it. And that's the thing, is like you have to do it, and then anything has to be put into motion.
Okay, so then let's go back to you're taking your time.
Mhm.
How do you take your time? Do you have feelings for him?
Absolutely.
Okay, so did you slow those down or speed those up?
No. I
Okay.
feel like moderation.
What's moderation?
Like in the sense of I am super hyper independent right now because I have to be, because I have a son. So it's
Hold on. How long have you been with this man?
like as in known him
No,
or as in
with.
talk?
As in, like, y'all
As
in a
y'all go together.
relationship? Yep.
It's been a little while.
How long is a little while? We don't do. I'm very direct. What's a little while?
It's weird. There's some time lapses in here.
Why?
Because sometimes things don't work out the first time around.
His choice or your choice?
Damn, I look bad, but my choice both times. Stop it. My choice both times.
Your choice both times.
Yes.
Okay, so you realize, is he a good dude?
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate him?
I would say he's a good 9.
A good
9.5.
9?
Yeah.
And you're bullshitting.
Yeah, right.
You do realize that a 9 man
Cap.
is hard to come by.
Yeah.
So you keep bullshitting.
Yeah.
Like, you got chicks turning 18 every damn day.
Oh.
You're getting older every day.
This is true.
He
If
can
he's-
easily replace you if he's a 9.
Absolutely.
So what are you waiting for?
This is your friend.
Like I said, I'm hyper independent right now because I have
But
to.
what was the reason?
I had to be
What
That
was
is the reason.
Okay. So
And
then,
so, with that being said, to take me out of that space because I was actually previously in my previous marriage, I was a stay-at-home wife.
uh-huh.
So a stay-at-home mother, I should say. I was a stay-at-home mother. So I get the roles and how to do the things, but in order for me to go back into that space of of a wife, I gotta be hella secure, but like just also like myself too.
So he's not a 9.
Yes, he is.
Not for you saying that.
He can't provide.
Oh, absolutely can.
So,
Can?
Oh, yeah.
So
So why
again,
do you feel comfortable?
Yeah,
stepping back
something's not adding up here.
Yeah.
to-
No, not the. It's not so much comfort in the sense of providing at all. It's comfort in the sense of emotional comfort. Because going through a divorce sucks.
so as a man, provision is more than just monetary.
Absolutely.
That is mentally.
Oh, I feel 100%
Emotionally.
safe with this.
So what
man.
you're saying that you're not 100% sold on him providing for you all across the board.
Yeah. And that's a me thing.
So again, that
That's a
makes,
me thing.
he's not a 9 because if a man is a 9 and he comes in and he's providing 100%, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, you're in your feminine. That hyper independent shit disappears real quick.
It does when you, but if I'm stubborn.
No,
you
that's not
Taurus?
stubborn.
Huh?
Are you Taurus?
No, I have Taurus in my chart though.
Okay.
I'm a
But
Capricorn.
listen,
I'm a
Okay, I
Capricorn
have Capricorn in my
with a
chart, too.
lot of Taurus in my chart, so I am very.
Capricorn, but I'm a Taurus.
I am stubborn.
so but here's what he's saying. If you're with a man that you love, admire, and respect, sounds like you love, or I don't know if you love him, but sounds like you really like him. Sounds like you respect him,
A lot.
and it sounds like you admire him. So there should be nothing stopping you from diving headfirst into this relationship. Especially, I mean, damn the trauma. You and everyone else has been through shit.
Right.
So, and very rarely do you and everyone else who's been through shit get another chance at a man of the caliber that you're describing.
Yeah.
And 99% of women aren't going to play games with a man who can do what you're describing this man can do. If a woman finds a 9 that can provide and treats her right and makes her laugh and fucks her right, what other woman is going to sit there and say, oh, I'm not ready?
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And then why should he wait?
I feel like maybe because I don't trust myself.
Again,
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's the
I'm not
biggest
buying
thing.
that. I'm just
Because
not.
I would say back in the day, I would have called my ex a 10 out of 10. And then things happened as life progressed, and it was like, whoa, who is this person?
Here's the thing. He was a 10 out of 10. That's why you were married to him. That's why you had kids with him. That's why you were a stay-at-home wife. Okay? The guy that you're with now, and women hate to hear this, but unfortunately, you never get better than your baby daddy / ex-husband. I know. Y'all hate to hear that, but
What?
unfortunately, you're saying you have a man right now that is doing all of these different things, but you're not willing to give him the same thing you gave the person you married.
That's true.
It's a very hard thing to take that step back. I mean, if you just look at even in celebrities' situations, I think J-Lo is one of the rare exceptions of a woman who can still date up.
I don't think so.
Well,
Because
not
she's
always-
still moving backwards to the men she dated in her past.
True. Well, with Ben now, but I mean, it was like Mark Anthony, Puff Daddy, A-Rod, all of them around the same. However, most women go way back. Like Beyonce can't leave Jay-Z and find another Jay-Z.
Right.
No
true.
way.
You see what I'm saying?
True.
Because a man in that position who has endless options, why would he pick the woman that another man of his level had when he can just have anyone, right? So when a woman has a good thing, if she decides to leave him, it's not going to be very likely that you can replace that, especially if you gave them marriage, your youth, and children. You know what I mean? Because you're asking that man to, it's shitty to say, but essentially you buy the used car. You know what I mean? I'm not comparing women to cars, but it's just you've been through more than, and he has endless options of women who have not been through that. So why wouldn't he choose them over you? So if you've got something like this that you're describing, it doesn't make any sense to say that you aren't ready to do it.
Because imagine this. Imagine he comes home to you and says, what do you have to offer me that you haven't given to every other man?
That you've been with in the past.
Right.
What would
Or
your
that he
response
can't
be?
get from another woman.
Right.
So you have to take into consideration where you're currently at in the relationship and say, okay, I'm going to bite the fucking bullet and take a chance on this man because I'm going to probably lose him if I don't. Because
But
as a man,
what if I'm okay with that?
then again, he's not a 9.
It sounds good, but that's true. A, then he's not a 9.
You're okay with losing him?
What if I'm in the sense of I'm in a place where
She's in her independent.
No, she's in her masculine is what she's
exactly
And that's
because
okay.
Who
And
is this
if-
man?
and
because
if-
I have to be.
Who is he?
If this man
Because I have to be.
would actually come and put his fucking foot down, you would 100% be in your feminine and all this other shit would disappear.
This is
Wet
true.
noodle.
So the reason I can have a woman that I've been with for 8 years and we can easily go look for another woman is because she doesn't have to worry about shit. Her job in life, honestly, at the end of the day, is to fuck me, potentially do laundry when she, because it's an option for her. I pay the bills. I take care of everything in the home. I make all of the decisions, which sometimes is annoying, but it's what we do as men. Your life is easy street. If your life is an easy street, who the fuck are you with?
And yeah, that's why it's not adding up. If this man is what you're saying it was, you wouldn't have any of these questions and or doubts. Because good men are much more rare than beautiful women. And the difference between men and women, point blank period, is what you're looking for in a man and what we're looking for in a woman are completely different. Like he just said, I'm paying all the bills, I'm making all the decisions, I'm doing all these things. She needs to do laundry and have sex with me. Like we're not asking for anything. And we're not
You're
asking,
asking for more than that. You're asking for more than just sex and do the laundry.
not a
Our
ton.
laundry list.
That's the
Not a ton, but it is more than that. You know, is that mine?
no.
Oh.
If we compare a man's laundry list to a woman's laundry list, ours is this big. Yours goes from door to door.
Sorry.
Technical difficulties here. You can just put it here. We'll hear
It'll
you.
pick up.
Just make sure the mic part is facing up. And keep your titties in your shirt. We're live.
I don't really have any, but
No
yeah.
jumping around.
We'll get us kicked off.
Get your yellow
Speak.
marked.
Hello?
No. Try up here.
Hold it.
It's not that
Let
bad.
me.
Can you put it
Well, they're right
higher?
here.
Yeah, just hold it.
Yeah, that's where
And
I
this one.
had it. Like
Next,
higher though?
like, on the wire.
Oh, what is that?
That might work.
But the mic needs to go towards you.
That ain't
Oh, I
gonna
guess I
work
don't see where the mic.
is-
Oh. You guys, I had no idea.
The mic is still.
Lo siento. Which means I'm sorry.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Turn it around.
Yeah, it's good.
She's still
either. Anyway.
Hello?
Yeah, just fucking hold it.
I got you.
She can hold it.
She's like,
Yeah, but again, the things that men are asking for in return don't even compare to what men have to do to attract you in the first place.
But I feel like there's different levels of perspective in a sense where, like, I come from a family where my grandma was a widow, and so that man didn't necessarily choose to leave her. But everything was, you know, she didn't have to worry about anything. She was handling everything in the house. So,
Quick
You-
question. You said grandmother, right? How long was she without her husband?
how long was she without?
Yeah. When did he pass away?
He was 34, 35.
And okay, what's your nationality?
I'm black and white.
Okay. And your grandmother was?
White.
Okay. And she was married to a white man?
Mhm.
Okay. she ever get remarried?
Mhm.
How long did that take?
About 20 years.
20 years.
Mhm.
Okay,
Took her 20 years to get remarried? Okay.
you do understand that grandmothers, the way they were raised, the way they did things is way, we can never really compare grandmother
No.
to today because their morals different, the way they were raised different. This generation compared to that generation, yeah, they would literally stay single for 10, 15, 20, some of them the rest of their life because they believed in that was my soulmate. They passed away. I'm not tying myself to no one else. Meet
Well,
you in heaven.
But also, I'll
Right.
let you go. But also, in her particular position, by being widowed, you don't get penalized for that as a woman for the next man.
No, I'm just saying to her point, I understand the desire per se to want to be in that masculine era because you may get with your 10 out of 10 and he may not choose to leave you and there you are, you just let your guard down. You entered your soft girl era and now you have to go back to the place that you're in today, start over.
What do you mean?
In terms of, okay, I just put my eggs in somebody else's basket or I let my guard down and, you know, now I'm letting this new man take care of me and maybe he doesn't choose to leave you.
Here's the thing.
You mean he does choose to leave you? Because if he
Does not. Like, let's just say he walks out the door one day, doesn't come back,
so he chooses to leave you.
does not choose to leave you.
Okay, so
passes
this is,
away.
That's a confusing
I understand
sentence.
exactly what she's saying. This is the thing. As a man's man that's standing on all 10 toes, fuck you, I'm leaving you because you're wasting my time.
That's not even what she's saying. She's saying, I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket, and then this man decides to leave.
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
no, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying she's divorced. She's in a position where, you know, they, for whatever reason, chose to part ways, okay? She now is worried about taking care of her son. She maybe has her 10 out of 10, but she's a little bit reserved because that dude could literally walk out the door and die. He's not
But
choosing
that's what
to
I'm saying.
leave you.
As a man's
Oh,
Right,
man,
because the only thing in life
okay,
for
then
guaranteed
he-
as
is death.
a
Die.
man's man that's standing on all 10 toes, if I'm dealing with her and she stays in her masculine, that's why I leave. I'm not leaving because everything
I
is
get
in
that.
place.
I
She was
get
talking
I
about
understand what you're
it wasn't his
saying.
choice to leave. He
I'm saying
passed.
I'm
Yeah.
more
But
so
that-
understanding her perspective as to why. And I think, again, if you're that man's man, you're going to take the time to sit there and listen to
see,
her and
this-
figure out,
this
okay,
goes- this
why
goes-
are you
Let's
in
figure
that
out the
era?
reality.
No,
is
no, no,
this-
no, no, no,
we're
see,
not
see.
We got to take it back because that's
We're
what
not
I.
guaranteed
That was my
relationships in
question: is
life.
how long have you been together? And she danced around that. She doesn't want to give the actual time frame because that gives.
Or maybe he's
substance.
not committing. We don't know the full story. But here's the thing. Put it this way. Question. Who filed for divorce in your marriage?
My ex-husband.
He did? Okay. Did you want to get divorced? Okay. So, because most of the time, women are the ones leaving the relationship for whatever reason. Right? So in that situation, I can understand not wanting to jump in and then potentially having a man leave you again. But 9 out of 10 times, men are not the ones leaving.
Right.
Women are the ones leaving.
What did he leave for?
Infidelity?
You or him.
Him.
That doesn't make any
So
sense.
he cheated on you and left you.
Yeah.
That's not typical man shit.
At all.
That is the story that he tells, and that's all I know.
That's like not.
That's the story he told you, or that's what you know?
That's the story he tells, and that's all I know.
So
I don't know much.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like it's one of those situations where, at some point in time, you did something he was unhappy with, and he bounced. And as a man, we usually give you guys a reason, which usually pisses you off. Which the first thing you could tell a woman is, "Oh, I cheated on you." And you're like, "Oh, fuck you! I don't want you anyway."
Yeah, because men leave for 2 reasons typically, and 2 reasons only. You cheated, or you've become an insufferable bitch.
Or
Well-
they also get into relationships,
No,
infidelity.
no,
No.
Into,
no,
they
no,
men do
no.
leave women
That's
for the other woman.
That's very, 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 very rare. And
But
the
it
only
does
way that's even
happen.
possible,
It
the
does
only way
happen.
that's even
Men leave
possible,
for the other
okay,
woman all the
but the
time.
only way that's even possible is if you are being insufferable while we were dealing with somebody else.
Can you
Because
explain insufferable?
insufferable means nagging, complaining, everything's a problem, not picking your battles. It could be gaining weight. It could be,
Yeah, I just had a baby.
yeah, but I mean, but if you don't bounce back, that's what I'm talking about.
I
Being
didn't bounce
lazy, whatever it is, it could be all of these things that
Back.
Yeah.
that you're not. If I'm doing everything that I've been doing that attracted you, I expect the same from you.
Or
right?
you could deal with a chameleon and someone who was playing into the lifestyle of what they thought you wanted. And then eventually when, she's staying at home, I have to provide, I said I want to be a provider. I can't handle it. Or
You
all
do
these
realize
things.
that all men at the end of the day have to provide, like,
No, but some men say that they want to and they can't. Some men say there are a lot of men that are raised by single mothers
how long
that
were you
have
with him?
that have been very mothered their entire life, and they see a woman and they get into a relationship with her, and they want her to then be the new mother and take care of them. And then they say in their head, though, I can be the provider, I can be the husband, I can be the man.
But where's your
And then they-
accountability for not seeing any of this? If he's not a provider, a man that's a provider, you see it. You don't
Well,
have.
if
Damn-
someone
damn,
says
We can't even jump into that because she was a stay-at-home mom.
he
White
said
men deserve nothing.
that's why men deserve that.
She just says like.
But no,
that
some
one.
men will put
Some men just
themselves
try
into
to-
a situation that they cannot handle, and
Or
it
just
does
be-
break them.
No,
Well, no, because we all
you chose. So it's how is it him putting himself in a position that he can't handle? Like women
I
have
was
to be
requested to stay at home.
huh?
I was requested to stay at home.
Okay, but if
And I
you
did so.
didn't see that he could do so, that you have to be accountable for the
But
person
you
that you
also,
picked.
but you also have to give that person a chance.
You don't
as a
have to do
woman,
anything.
As
You
a
don't
wife,
have to-
and,
Okay, but
and they say that they want to.
we're going too far ahead. What I'm talking about is even before I do.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't see provider in this man, then I don't come out your damn mouth.
Well, my question is, at what point did he ever fall short on the provision aspect?
Things got sticky for a second.
Sticky for a second as opposed to him not wanting to do it is two totally different things. Now, if I'm the provider and shit gets sticky, cool. Real niggas gonna provide. We gonna figure it out. We gonna get back up. Now,
But okay.
If
but
we
your-
stay
so
down-
wait, your background raised by two parents or single mother?
two parents.
Exactly. Your background raised by two parents, single mother.
Two parents.
Two parents. Men that have two-parent households have a different mindset from men that are raised by single mothers.
Fair. But again, we also have to go back to why were they raised by single mothers? Because 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Women are independent. Women raise these bitch-ass men who can't do things and there's no
But
man
they
around.
want to, and they try, and they come into a
Okay,
situation.
but-
I was
but-
raised in a two-parent household.
I get that.
My mother
So
was
you
a
made a
stay-at-home.
bad choice by picking somebody who wasn't.
Exactly.
So that's all I'm saying. You have to
Exactly.
be accountable in yourself.
Absolutely.
But now, is this new man a two-parent household?
No.
Okay, then step away if
So-
you don't
But-
believe it.
I
But-
will
but-
only
but-
date a
but
man
the
that has
different-
both parents.
So now
That
you're
is what I just learned.
stepping back into the exact same situation that you were in the first time, and now you want to be gun shy.
No.
When you
'Cause
can
I
change your
also
situation.
I also believe that there's the men that have done that grow the fuck up.
It
And
has
learn
nothing
lessons.
to do with growth.
They do. They
No,
learn from
no,
those around them.
No.
You don't think a man that was raised by a single mother can grow up and learn how to do things?
You can, but it's
differently?
rare. I mean, if you look at the statistics of children raised by single mothers in comparison to single fathers, those are the degenerates of the world.
Do this.
They're more likely to run away. They're more likely to self-delete. They're more likely to commit crimes. They're more likely to drop out of school. They're more likely to run away and be homeless. Like those.
Wait, we're talking about men though.
Correct. Yeah,
No,
we're
no,
talking about men.
I said
Men.
the children of single
That
mother
grow up
households.
to be men.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're put the kid, the man, woman raised by a woman solely is just at a higher risk to be a fuck up. Does not mean that there's an exception of a man who can grow up and do better, but the statistics are already against them. Is all I'm saying.
Right.
So
and we can just prove it in a sample size. Who's not in a relationship at this table? Show of hands.
Not who's what?
Who's currently not in a
I'm
relationship.
single.
Okay. Now, what's dating like for you right now with these single parent men?
I haven't been dating. So
When's the
Personal
last time
choice
you were in a
or-
relationship?
Are you a parent?
the last
Am I
time I was in a
what? Are you a
relationship was the
parent?
beginning of
No.
2022.
I don't have kids.
2022. What'd you do before that?
I was in a 5-year relationship.
And how was that?
It was beautiful when it started, and then we just started growing apart.
Single parent household? He was
Me or him?
him.
No, we both had both our parents.
You both had both parents. Okay. Prior to that, the relationship before that.
Can you hear me okay?
Just a little, or maybe speak a little louder.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, what's up?
The guy before that.
My son's dad.
Yes. Single parent raised or no?
He grew up in foster care, so.
So no parents.
No parents. Yeah.
Okay. Single
I'm single.
dating.
Not really.
Okay. Why?
Because I realize that the men that I've attracted aren't the men that I want to be with. So I think it's time to focus on myself so that I can attract who I do want to be with.
Emotional damage.
Okay. So
Shut up, Trey.
are the men that you're dating single parent?
So
raised?
the last guy that I was dating, his parents aren't together anymore, but I think he grew up with both of them. I'm pretty sure he grew up.
I mean, you need just the bulk of it. My parents split up when I was 16, but my dad's always been in my life.
Okay, yeah, both of his parents are in his life, and yeah.
And why didn't it work?
Between us,
Daddy, chill.
it just didn't. Just like judgmental things that
Him or you?
he was judging me for things that were happening in my life.
Okay, I'm not gonna get into all that. The guy before him?
Sorry?
The guy before him?
The guy before him, his dad was not very present in his life.
Okay. Single or no?
I'm in a relationship.
Does he have one parent or two?
Two.
One parent or two? Present. Present. They don't have to be
present.
married, but present.
Present, no, but growing up too.
Okay. You guys see the difference?
No, I'm actually like learning now. I'm like, okay, because my like first like real boyfriend, his parents are still together, and I see the way that he carries himself and how he was like in our relationship, and we still have like contact to this day. So I see like a difference in him being somebody that is a child of parents that are still together, and now you guys pointing it out, I'm like putting the pieces together. Like there is a difference between a man who grew up, and he's the oldest too, which I also think plays a big role. He's the oldest of parents that are still together.
I'm definitely not gonna give it that.
So the way, what?
I'm not gonna attribute it to that. I'm the middle. My oldest is a fuck up.
Okay.
16
You
children.
sound like
This
a
is
middle
like
child.
He has 16 children.
16 children,
Oh shit.
multiple baby mamas. I mean, he's sitting in jail even
Where are
right
you
now for
from?
child support. I'm from Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, okay. So he's from Detroit. He is the oldest. His parents are still together, and like I said, I just see a difference in the way that he is versus the guys that I've dated that their dad isn't there, or their parents aren't together anymore, weren't together when they were younger. There's just a difference, and I see it. And now you guys are pointing it out, and I'm like, oh. I look back at my relationships and see the parents who were there and the parents that weren't, for like with the guys that I dated, and it's clear, for sure.
Detroit is where you made your first mistake.
I was going to say that.
No.
Wait, so do I get a pass from my ex-husband?
He knew.
Is he from
He
Detroit?
fucked
He's from Detroit.
Okay, so y'all
You're from
love-
Michigan too. You should have known better.
I'm from the other side.
Y'all
I'm from the
love,
other side.
super hood niggas.
I'm from the other side.
Well, yeah.
No, okay. Yeah, no, we did spend a lot of time on that subject, but all in all,
And sorry, I wasn't meaning to pick on you.
It's okay, you're a middle child.
No, trust me, I'm really the oldest, but
all in all, the way you described it just doesn't make any sense. And the reason I say that is because women seek relationships from men, men seek sex from women. So if you're in a situationship, 9 out of 10 times,
It's
there
the
are
man.
exceptions, it's typically because the man doesn't want to commit for whatever reason, right? When it's the woman, which is what you're describing, saying you don't want to commit, then the only thing I can think of is that he's not that into you and he's just using you in a sex-only situation. Like, You guys have fun together when you're together. You guys kick it. He knows he can get some buns, and you guys have a good time together. But just like women friend zone men, it's like that is our utility from you versus a woman with a man in the friend zone, where a man in the friend zone, a woman gets boyfriend attention, boyfriend security, company, potential dates, or not dates, but hangout sessions being paid for, all of these things while not having to fuck him. You know what I mean? But getting all of the male utility I need from him. And so women friend zone men, men sex only zone women. And I'm just trying to gather the real truth because it's very rare and it is an exception, and exceptions don't make rules for the woman to sit there and say, I'm not willing to commit, because basically if he wanted to commit, he'd say, you're my girl, yay or nay. And if you say nay, relationship's over.
And here's the benefit to him, because you're a single mom. So if he doesn't have to play a role in raising your child and doing all this extra shit, what you don't even realize is he's winning. You're not.
Well, no one has to play the role. My son has his father.
That doesn't mean shit. As a man, when we deal with a woman that has children, we're automatically put in stepdaddy role. Now, see, again, that's where it comes a whole totally different argument and conversation about why it's not beneficial to date single mothers.
Yeah.
Because now you hold us at bay. So we can't even play the full role and be the full man that we want to be
That
in
could
the
be
first
it.
place.
I'm pretty sure I'm the problem. I never said I wasn't.
Okay.
All right. So
Accountability.
finally, 30
I
minutes
never
later.
said I wasn't.
Anyway, can we talk about the,
all right.
the topics?
Yes, we're going to start with this one, and we're going to start with you. What red flags would you tell your son to look for when picking a woman for a long-term relationship? Just give me two.
Can you repeat the question? Red flag.
What? Give me two red flags you would tell your son to look for in a woman that he's considering for a long-term relationship, like trauma and non-accountability. I'm just fucking.
Trauma is.
I would say like not being financially stable.
The
And
woman?
No, the woman not being financially stable. You tell your son to. That's a red flag if she's broke.
I, no,
If that's your
a red
answer, that's
flag.
fine. I'm just curious.
Get a sugar mama, son.
Right? Make sure this bitch is paid.
She is our retirement.
Do it for the family.
say good for the team. I would say trauma and like daddy issues.
Trauma and what?
And daddy issues.
Okay. Miss Amory?
For my sunshine, I would tell him to look for, I would definitely say her home life, her upbringing as a red flag, how she was raised. And if she's not into hobbies or into something like that, she doesn't have like,
No passion.
yeah, no passion, no hobbies.
That's a good one.
I would tell him to look out for that.
That's really
We don't want that.
That's an interesting answer. I like that answer.
Yeah, I like that.
What about you, Pete Kizzle?
I would say.
Thank you.
She's like Toby Dave. I think age has a big part to play in it because I think, let's say my son is 21, he's dating a 21-year-old girl, she just turned 21, she wants to, have some fun going out. But I would say, like, if this is somebody that you're taking serious, you guys are in a relationship and, like, all she wants to do is go to Old Town.
So clubbing?
Clubbing. I would say that is a red flag, and I would say if she's interested in participating in drugs such as cocaine, pills,
Molly.
like any
She a Molly
Fentanyl.
girl.
Right. Anything further than, having a couple drinks when you guys go out, or, I don't smoke weed, but maybe, she smokes a little bit of weed. If it's anything further than that, I would say that's a good one.
So no clubbing junkies. Got it.
No party girls.
Can I also add something?
Sure.
Just like family oriented.
You
So I'm Hispanic and I'm
you want her to be family?
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a red flag. That's
So
a green
she's
flag.
not.
So oh yeah,
Definitely
she's
not.
not.
Anti-family.
Okay, not family. Miss J.
I feel like one would be if she has like a lack of independence, wants to spend all of her time with you. That's a big red flag. Yes. And I think also. I don't know. Cleanliness and like hygiene.
Ooh, I like
Hygiene.
that.
I mean,
Why is your
yeah,
room dirty?
hygiene is one thing, but when it comes to cleanliness, like, is this girl gonna keep your house clean? And
Why is there toilet paper on your shoe?
and even
That's
down to
really good.
I
love
have
that.
younger brothers, so I'm the
I
oldest
love
of,
that.
of brothers. So it's like, I know these boys are messy, and if you have somebody just as messy as you, it's not gonna.
Who do you
work
think is
out
more
well.
dirtier, men or women?
Men.
No.
I don't know, man.
I don't think
No.
there's one or the other, because I have seen both, and it
True.
is atrocious on both sides. And I don't think it's a gender thing. I think it's how you were raised.
True.
What you saw and what was okay when you grew up is your room is filthy, or your room is clean or spotless or messy. There's a difference between it being dirty and messy.
Yeah, like if you're given the option, like, do you want to clean your room, or no, you're not going anywhere, then it's gonna-
Nah,
it's
my
a
parents were
mindset.
OCD,
Yeah.
and I have OCD.
I can barely hear you.
Oh, really?
Me.
I mean, but then there's also
I'm
some
so
people who
OCD.
just,
Like she's doing.
just grow up and just don't care.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
Like,
Yeah.
They could have grown up
But like,
in a
why
very
are your
structured
parents
household.
Little
okay
bit.
with that?
Yes.
No, they could have grown. I know
Could
some
be.
people that have
I
grown
have
up
a perfect
in a,
example to
in a
this.
structured home.
Parents being like, you need to clean, but they just didn't.
Yeah, or
No,
just
they
like
did when
structured home
they
versus
lived,
non-structured
but when they
home.
moved out on their own, they
Mm.
didn't care anymore.
Right.
Because my mom's not here to tell me to clean
I
up
don't
after myself.
understand that.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't get that. Why?
Oh, I know.
I don't understand not clean. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna talk about that.
That's a
I
whole
feel like
other
we should dive into that.
That's a
All right,
whole
Miss
other
Miss
topic.
Katie.
Yes.
2 red flags
Is
for
this
your.
better?
Not really. I can't hear your
Can
mic
you
and
guys
shit.
hear me?
Mm-mm.
No, we
It's
can't.
like kind of background.
Yo, yo, yo. Can you
Okay, I
hear me
can
now?
hear that.
Yeah,
You gotta put it in your mouth.
What is it? Which one is this? It's pink.
Both of them are because you got yours too.
No, mine's orange. I have a different setting.
No, but when you're talking into it, there's
Oh.
both channels.
Okay.
Is
Just
that better?
No,
Turn it around.
no, that.
There
Or
you
you,
go. Is that better?
not really.
Put it
That's
in your
weird.
mouth.
What color is your mic? I might have to just grab some mics. Is it pink? Pink. Okay, I'm gonna grab some mics.
Should I wait on the
Right, for,
answer?
or no, for now, use mine. While I go grab some.
Oh, yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's gonna write the answer down?
Okay, so 2 red flags that I would tell my son to avoid. So my son's 14. I had him when I was young. Indecisiveness, I would say to watch out for indecisiveness in a woman. The age is obviously, when you're 21, like you said, great point. You're gonna, like, your friends are going out, but your heart wants to be there. So, like, I think age has a lot to do with it. So indecisiveness is a red flag. If she's not sure about you, I would say, especially if my son is doing what he needs to do as a man, indecisiveness I would, as his mom, advise against that. And then also confidence, which I know comes with time, but it's very easy for women to get swayed because women like to vent, so I wouldn't want my son's name being like all over the place, right? Like I would want like a confident woman for my son that's gonna be like, yeah, we're not in agreement right now, but I'm not gonna like throw his name in the blender.
even just like sure of herself,
Yeah, confidence, and I understand that stuff comes with time because I've definitely been there. So just looking out for my son, I would say that.
Keep talking. Don't mind me.
Yeah, that was 2, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really good. But even like you said, age matters. I feel like
Yeah, it does.
assurance. I like when you were saying that, I thought back to myself, like in high school, dating guys, talking to guys, and I'm like, even at that age, if you're not sure, you're just like, you can still play games in high school.
Yeah. And I was totally that, like, I like you, but I don't know if I want, and I
Right.
like you, and if, I don't want that for my son.
Bye.
Like I want my son to have a woman that's like,
Yeah.
you're it for me. I don't see anybody else.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so now I have a
indecisiveness.
question. Since we're bringing up age and indecisiveness,
Okay.
do all of you want men that are leaders?
Yes, 1,000%.
Yes.
Okay,
I will not
So-
take a man that's not a leader because I'm not going to lead.
thank you.
I agree.
If you're in a relationship, no matter what your age is, if the man is a leader, who cares if you're indecisive or what your age is when he's coming in and he's leading the relationship?
Can you hear this?
Which no,
No.
which
No.
that also removes indecisiveness because you don't have to make the decisions.
Right.
And then age, well, whether you guys know it or not, do you know what age is the most attractive to men?
Wait.
Wait.
That's the age.
Yeah. Whatever that is.
Is it still doing it?
Yeah. Ooh, child.
Troy.
My bad.
Legit.
That sounded like a shock through my body.
Yeah.
I feel like I should hit the ground or something.
The fact that she sat through it with the headphones on.
She did.
She's in that phone.
What?
You didn't hear any of that in your ear?
No, I did.
She had one off too, so it wasn't like
Oh.
okay.
I feel like everyone's.
But I was just saying, because the question was, what 2 red flags? So if my son came to me and was like, Mom, what do I avoid? That's how I would answer. But I do agree with you on like the indecisiveness not being a.
Yeah, that's a as me personally, if I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about my son
Yeah.
and I'm telling
You have
him,
kids?
yes, 3,
3.
2 boys and a girl.
How old are they?
My oldest son is 16, my daughter's 14, and my youngest son is 8.
Okay.
So if I'm talking to my son and telling him what to avoid in women as a man, indecisive and age is never that. The things that I'm. No.
Yeah.
Little
Yo.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Yo.
That
Yeah.
one's good.
One of the big things that I'm gonna tell him is something that I agree with you guys on. Club. Go look at her Instagram. If she's out partying all the time, all of her pictures are out with girlfriends. It's like girls' night every fucking night. It's drink night every night. It's party time on a regular basis. Cut it out.
Regardless of age.
Regardless of age. Because if she's in party mode,
Yeah.
you're even if you're in a relationship and you're constantly partying, you're out advertising that you're single.
Yeah, they're in a relationship and constantly partying. Yes.
Even if
would
you're
be
with
a
your
red flag.
boyfriend?
Huh?
Even if you're with your boyfriend?
If you're with him, you guys are out together, so that's different.
Okay.
And any real man at the end of the day is not taking his girl out partying on a regular basis.
Probably closer to or their split. So.
Hit that open. Beep, 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 beep.
I like that one.
Okay, number 2
Wait, can you elaborate on that?
on taking your girl out partying on a regular.
Yeah.
Okay,
think
so
this
if
one's
first off, if you're my chick, I'm not feeding you alcohol on a regular basis.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that sounds better now.
That sounds a lot better.
Wait, can you, I'm sorry.
Why?
Can you repeat that?
No,
If
gonna
you're
have to
my girl, I'm
speak
not taking you
into
out
this.
feeding you alcohol on a regular basis.
Lord. Is that mine?
There's no benefit to being out in a club,
No.
even with your significant other. What is the club for? Let's talk about it. What is the club for?
I personally think the club is for singles who want to pop out and show themselves and shake ass. And the
club, the club. I'm talking about the actual club, not
Yeah.
bars. I'm talking
No,
about club.
bars is the same way. See-
I think bars are a little bit lighter than clubs. I
Clubs
think
is like
bars you can
dancing.
casually go to.
No, what happened is a man realized that a woman hits about 35, 40 years old. She no longer fits in with the younger crowd. So like, let's create a bar because she still likes to drink.
Oh.
Okay.
So clubs. So yeah, single people that want to shake ass, want to go have a good time, want to meet other singles, want to
Put yourselves in harm's way, whether you like it or not.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say put yourselves in harm's
Okay, so
way
even
by
if
going
you're,
to the
say you're my
club.
girl, say you're my girl, you're an attractive woman. I take you to the club. Am I literally showcasing you for other men?
I mean,
that's your
if you
Yeah,
are
but it's
with
not
your
the
girl,
perspective,
other
it's
and
fact.
she looks good, other men are going to look at her.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this is
but
the
can you
difference.
fight?
Wait, what?
So now you're also, that's again,
Can you hear
that's
me?
Yeah.
showcasing your woman to other men that
But
if men, hold on, if me and him go to a club and he decides to come disrespect me over my chick and I have to fuck him up, guess what? Now I'm also going to prison. So you just potentially fucked up my life.
Well, hold on. What did I miss? What are you guys talking
Okay, so hers was
So-
indecisive and
And
And confidence.
lack of confidence.
lack of confidence.
about? Okay.
But I said
And
come
the,
with age.
the indecisive was brought back to age
Clubbing.
and clubbing and not
So
being
we're-
ready to settle down.
yeah, so I'm talking about, so even with age, do you care about clubbing? And he's saying yes, and he's saying like, regardless of age, if we're in a relationship and we're at the club, like what is the club for? What is the energy? And he's saying, if we're in a relationship and I bring you to the club and we're drinking, like I'm showcasing you.
I'm creating potential issues for our relationship.
I mean, that solely depends on, not completely depends on, but that has it has a lot to do with what you could potentially be wearing and what you're going out with. So taking your girl out to the club, I agree, what's the point? You know, unless it's somebody's birthday function or whatever, you know,
They're
rare
saying on a
occasions.
regular basis, just having fun.
Going with your girl on a regular basis. I mean,
I was
that's
like, that's never
something
gonna
that young kids do, you know. But you're not neither one of you are taking each other any serious.
Thank
You know what I'm saying? But as somebody who's looking for a long-term relationship, no, you're not going often out to the club with your woman. Bars, dive bars, maybe if that's your guys' thing. If you like to do karaoke,
That's what I was saying. Bars are different than clubs.
Bars
I
are
I
different.
personally
it
think bars
depends
are
on
different.
it
But
depends
it's
on
the same
when
outcome.
when and why. And yes, it can be the same outcome because at the end of the day, you can't control what drunk people do. So if you're dressed a certain way that draws more attention from males, yes, you're putting me in a tough position because you do expect me to protect you and lead you, and we're just emphasizing and drawing more attention to a problem that didn't need to be there. I don't know what you guys were completely talking about, but I did want to run back through these lists. I just had to get those mics figured out. So I'm going to start back around with you and work my way back around. So you said not family oriented, trauma, and daddy issues. So those are red flags that you would tell your son to look for in a woman. What do you mean by daddy issues?
As far as like not having like a father figure, so like going back to how we said like
Single parents.
single parent household, you're only raised with like a single mother. You didn't really see like the masculine energy in your family. So now you're growing up with like daddy issues. You don't really know how to get into relationships with these men because you didn't have that father figure that you did growing up.
Yeah, that's fair. And then trauma, I mean, me
Well,
personally.
Which goes into play with like having daddy issues. Like,
Sure. I mean, well, trauma could be for anything. Something could have happened to you. You know, something could have happened as a child, as an adult. Any of those things could breed trauma. The thing about trauma is I don't like to allow people to lean on that as an excuse because you're not special and neither am I, and we've all been through shit.
Right.
So I don't give a fuck about your trauma because we all have been through shit. And to say that yours is any worse than someone else's is the most selfish and solipsistic thing somebody can do, which, you know, like, I don't care what happened to you. Someone has it worse. someone that's had it worse and fucking won with it. So damn your trauma, okay?
I feel like to say like trauma is a red flag, like maybe not so much a red flag, but how they respond to.
Yeah, yeah.
Like victim
What you do-
mindset.
exactly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, what are you doing about
Those are, so I'm gonna grade these answers because those are good answers as red flags to point out for your son looking to date a woman long term. Her upbringing and no passions. Yeah, I mean that ties into the daddy issues, trauma, whatever. You do have to take that into consideration. If she had a rough upbringing, don't write her off. Gauge her, because everybody's been through some shit, but see how she's adapted to her upbringing. And then no passions. I think that's more of an interesting answer than a good one, because you don't have to have passions per se. Yeah, to be in a relationship. The biggest problem with having these conversations is hearing what men want bothers women to their core because they don't like how it sounds, right? So a lot of the answers given were based on what you think might be a bad trait for a female to have because it would be something that would bother you in a man, right? But men don't give a fuck about much. Fuck. Coming from a, what?
So like,
It hit the ground.
what, like, so as a man, obviously I can't see myself as that. As a man, and you're talking to a woman, she has no passion, she has no interest, she has no desire to pursue things because she's not passionate about anything. What is it that you're finding attractive other than she's pretty? Because like you say all the time, like there's plenty of pretty women. There's plenty of women that, you know, you can get because you're successful, you have this, and that. So like if we're talking about a woman that's like,
You want the answer?
yes,
As from men, when it comes to relationships, you're not judged on your accomplishments. We don't care.
Not
Listen to me.
accomplishment,
No, I'm answering your question. You asked what I find attractive, other than her being pretty. Doesn't fucking matter. Is she pretty? Is she peaceful? Is she friendly? I don't care how smart you are. I don't care what you've accomplished. None of that shit matters, huh?
What do you mean by friendly?
Friendly, meaning a nice, pleasant person to be around.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But your talents, your ambition, your drive, your accomplishments do not get my dick hard. I don't care because you're not judged on your performance for a relationship. You may be judged by other women by your performance, but from a man, especially the man that you want, we have to succeed to get your attention in the first place. So what you do doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? My girl worked at a fucking bakery when I met her. I didn't give a damn what she did for a living. It had nothing to do with that ass. that was my focus.
So like, think about this. Think about everything that I said that I offer as a man. What does your passion have to do with what I've already accomplished?
Well, I feel like
So
social
remove your
media-
feelings and let's go with actual.
No. Okay, so what I've seen, not what I feel. What I have seen certain men express, because social media is so huge nowadays through Instagram and TikTok. Men express like, I'm not gonna be with a bum bitch. Like, I want a woman who is has the passion, has the goals.
That's this generation of these men raised by single women.
y'all are-
It's this egalitarian society that has men saying shit like that. I mean, wanting a woman to pay for
Bring
dates
something to
too.
the
You know what I
table.
mean? Bring something to the table. And the thing is, and that's because we're so harped on about what we bring to the table.
That's a guy that you're gonna end up in a relationship with. That says let's go half on rent.
I'm not doing
Let's
that.
go half on the mortgage.
I'm not doing that.
You pay for you pay for half of my car. Thank you. So think about that.
So
Your
again,
passions don't mean shit because at the end of the day, it's not gonna be what you want out of me to sit there and be like, okay.
I'm not saying don't have them. I'm saying it's not
I
a
know that.
problem if you don't.
I know that.
You know,
You're speaking
I know
about
that.
yourself though, right?
no, I'm speaking about men that you want.
So if I go back, I can go around this table, and the type of man that women want is vaguely the same. Taller than her, stronger than her, makes more money than her, a leader, a provider, funny, charming, handsome, interesting, can protect you, can provide. That's what women want in a man.
100%.
So if you find that man, because those men are rare,
Right.
he don't give a fuck what you do for a living. He doesn't give a fuck what you're interested in.
That is true.
He cares if you're pretty and if your throat is deep enough to gargle peanut butter. Okay? That's all we give a damn about.
Troy.
All right? I'm serious.
No, you ain't lying.
Let's keep
So-
it PG-13, please.
Huh? I'm just saying. I know that gargled peanut butter went over your head, but
That is so horrible.
I'm just talking about the type of man that you want. The type of man that you want has been through so much just to get women's attention. The last thing he wants to do is compete with his woman. We don't care. So, for instance, there's another one, lack of independence. I don't care if you are independent or not. You're an adult. You should be able to pay your bills, okay, if you don't have a man. However, you being ultra successful does not help me because you're not going to provide for me. That's the biggest fundamental difference between men and women, which is, wait, hold on, let me explain this. The biggest fundamental difference between men and women is that if I commit to you, you don't have to work until the day you die. Tables turned.
Amen.
Tables turned. If I fall off for 8 to 15 months, you're moving on.
You're counting the days. Did you get a new job?
You will not provide for a man long term. It's not in your nature, and and there's not a problem with it. We don't give a damn. We understand this. And see, that's the difference between men and women. We understand women, and we don't shame y'all for what you want. But when a man says what he wants, it's like, well, he should like this. He should care about this, but we don't. This is our preference, and it shouldn't be shamed. We don't say shit when you say, I don't want a short man. But if I say I don't want a big woman, I'm shamed for, I'm an asshole. You see what I'm saying? If we don't say shit when you say you don't want a broke man, but if I say I want a bitch to shut up, it's a problem. You see what I'm saying? Why are my preferences demonized and yours are just preferences?
Why?
And that's what I'm saying. So, well, see, but
It's not presentation.
it's not presentation because a fact is a fact. And I just explained it before I started.
It's hard for some people, like you just said, it's hard for people to digest.
You don't like what I'm saying because of how it should be, not because of what it is.
Yeah.
So
It's a 2-point battle. You guys are all familiar with the term men lie, women buy? We've been lying to y'all for so fucking long that you guys don't even understand the difference at this point. The more men lie to you and tell you this bullshit, y'all love hearing it.
Yeah, we talked about that on the previous.
I am the king of, I'm not telling you shit, I'll show you everything. But what are you gonna do? I'm not telling you shit. Either you're gonna stick around and find out what the fuck is really about to happen, or you're not. I'm not gonna sit here and promise you the stars, the moon, the heavens, the skies, because guess what? That's what every other man has already done for you, and how many of them follow through?
and how many of them did you care about? See, that's the thing. Men, we've been so deep in this game. A lot of us are starting to understand it.
So sorry.
It's all right. I need to get some rolly chairs in this bitch.
Or like little, like quiet ones.
But we've the men that you like have gotten to the point where we understand that there's no point in even telling or listening to what women say they want, because we have to listen to, or we have to act on what you actually respond to, right? So I've noticed this, and this was my pattern throughout my entire life dating. Women that I didn't care or see any kind of real future with had zero problems sleeping with. I had zero problems getting them into bed. Women that I wanted to be with, I approach different. I'm nice. Let me take you out. Let me buy you flowers. Everything my mom told me to do. Be nice to her, be sweet to her, compliment her, all this other shit. I became friend guy, right? And then once I stopped and the attention was no longer there, then I became more attractive, especially when they started seeing me with other girls. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, why listen to what you say you want when what you're responding to is having something that you can't have, right? Now, here's the thing. This is the problem, and it's this weird game that you have to play with women. Is you want what you can't have, and then once you do get it, now you want that sweet and all that other stuff. So it's
That's
like
what
you're
I'm talking about,
attracted to the
indecisiveness.
asshole, huh?
That's what I'm talking about, indecisiveness. Like, that's exactly what, from women. Like, that's what I would
But
tell
that's
my
all
son, too.
women. So it's, I mean, it's a red flag. But that's
Right.
that's most women. You guys can't even figure out what the fuck you want to eat.
I mean, I know what I mean.
But most of the times you can't figure it out.
So every
Okay,
time you
so-
go on, every time a man takes you out on a date, says, "What do you want to eat?" You know exactly where you want to go.
Usually, yeah.
It's a rarity. We'll see if that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it was like
We've had to work our way around that one.
Ethiopian food that I've never, and I'd be like, oh shit, like I don't know what anything is.
That's
But
why
it's
we've
like-
that's why
literally
we've
come up with
adapted
an
and worked our way
entire-
around it.
I have an entire business plan for a restaurant called IDK. It's short for I don't know.
I love that.
And it's literally 3 doors. Out front, it's gonna like this super elegant restaurant. Then you're gonna go door 1, guy, suit, act like he's taking your reservation because you got to make a reservation go there.
Yeah.
Door number 2, you start to hear the games, the music. Get through door number 3, they're on skates. They got fucking boy shorts on, short tops. It's a man's bar with man food.
IDK?
IDK.
IDK.
Why? Because every time a man
What is
says,
man
"Hey, where you want to go to dinner tonight?" I don't know. I don't
But what
know.
if we want you to decide? What if we just say, hey, we're going here tonight at
True.
7?
That's what most
All right.
men. That's what most men do. But at the same time, we also
I
want
wouldn't.
to
I wouldn't
know-
even say most men. I would say the man who's in his frame was going to
True.
pick what the fuck he wants to do.
I would really
but most
appreciate
men have,
just
have
being told where we're going.
we've learned how to work around it. Instead of asking you what you want to eat, we tell you, hey, guess where I'm taking you, and let you answer.
I love that.
That part.
Guess where we're going to eat tonight?
Like
Whatever you
Chili's?
say, bingo. That's what, that's exactly where we're going.
And if I say this is where we're going, like I don't know if I want to go there. Cool. So you just ended the net.
I have a question.
I'm going to eat. I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
And then the last one here was lack of, or well, hygiene was a good one. Yes, the bitch better be clean. Her body needs to be clean, and she needs to be a cleaner. Because I do agree, messy and clean are 2 completely different things. Just because someone may be unorganized doesn't mean that they're dirty. And then the indecisiveness and lack of confidence. We went over indecisiveness, lack of confidence. I don't want a boisterous woman.
Well, you were setting up the mic when I went over that. I was just saying, like, most women, they confide in other women. And so if I'm in a relationship and
Which is
I'm
a bad
stable-
idea.
Right.
Stop asking your girls for
Right,
advice.
right. So that's what I'm saying. So like if I'm in a stable relationship and I trust and everything like that, but we're in a disagreement, I'm not gonna badmouth my man to my best friend. And I've grown from this, by the way. Haven't always been like this. I've grown. I wouldn't badmouth my man and be like, fuck him, because I'm literally gonna go home to him. So I'm like, fuck this guy, and I'm like going home with him. So the confidence in knowing that if we're going through some shit and you're pissing me off, I'm not gonna go and,
Honestly,
like,
just learn to shut up.
spit on your name.
Because if you go talk to your best friend, your family members,
But that's
anything
what
like that,
confidence is.
at the
So if she's
next
confident,
next
you're just gonna
barbecue,
shut
they're
up.
not looking at you crazy.
Yeah, you
because
the
you
one
were
that's
just
stupid.
talking shit
Because I'm
about
like,
him.
fuck this guy,
that you
but
didn't
I'm like,
get
fuck
rid
this
of
guy.
him.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying about confidence, because if we're wishy-washy and decisiveness, then I'm gonna be like looking for validation outside of my relationship. So that's what
Yeah, no, I mean for that explanation, that's good. But for those red flags, so and then now I'll answer it. Or do you want to answer 2 red flags you would tell yourself?
I gave my
Oh, you
red
did?
flag.
You
What
did,
were
yeah.
they? So I don't say
Yeah.
the same things.
So partying is definitely 100% out. Number 2 is family. If she's not family oriented, she can kiss ass.
Yeah.
Most of my family's Puerto Rican and Dominican, so.
lots of Diaz, huh?
What were you gonna say?
Can I ask a question on that? Because like being family oriented, like I totally understand, I totally agree. But what if it's like there's not a family to be orientated with? And it's not
You have to gauge
fault.
So
each.
that's
You have to gauge
rare,
each
yeah.
thing
That
on its own. So that's a general term.
Okay.
Everything we talk about is in
Okay.
general. Like that's the hardest part about doing this is we have to speak in generalities because our own individual experience is nuanced. You know what I'm saying? Like your experience is different from hers, and hers, and hers, and hers, and my experience as a male is way different than most men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I speak in general, 90% of the shit I'm talking about does not apply to me, especially when I'm talking about men, right? But it is important to point it out because most women don't understand a man's struggle, nor does she give a fuck, okay? And, or even see these men.
Well, you guys also hold it to yourselves. So it's
Well, no,
not,
but you're also thinking about the men that you've encountered and actually have conversations with, right? And or see and have known throughout the years. What I'm talking about is next time you're at the mall or Walmart, just take a gander and look at the general people. Yeah. Those are the people, for the most part, that I'm talking about because it's the bulk of the country.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, go to Walmart. 7 out of 10 couples look like washer and dryers. You know what I mean? Like, it's just some big ass, short, overweight people. And you don't notice them because you're not attracted to them.
I was like, what does that mean?
So
I caught it right away.
You know what I mean? But you got to understand, like, that's your average male. Your average male, 5'7" to 5'9", $37,000 to $55,000 a year.
37.
37 to 50.
5'7" is average?
5'7" to 5'9".
Yes.
See, this is oblivious for you.
$37,000.
Well, everybody's tall to me. You know that. Everyone's tall to me.
So wait, that's the heightened income. This doesn't include handsome, funny, charming, interesting, any of the other things that make a man attractive. So these are the normal people that you never see. The same thing for women. Women don't understand that most of y'all are overweight and 6s or lower. You know what I mean? But you ask a woman to rate herself. If I went around this table, you guys are gonna say 9s and 10s.
There's more
you know what I mean?
pretty women though.
But it's objective, you know.
There's actually not more pretty women. There's just really not. More pretty women than attractive men, yes.
That's
But
what I'm saying.
on a
I
sliding
think
scale
there's
of
more pretty women
attractiveness,
when you go outside, is what I'm saying.
well, yes and
Yeah.
no, because women are actually more overweight than men. And coming from a personal trainer,
On average, yeah.
90% of my clients were
sure about
females.
You sure?
It's absolutely.
I need to add that to this.
Yeah.
No, the average height and weight for a woman is 5'3" to 5'5" and 137 pounds, 160 to 175 pounds. That's way the fuck overweight for a 5'3" person.
5'3".
5'3" to 5'5", 170.
Yeah, he's stating a BMI. So yeah, body mass index.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
absolutely
some people are
correct.
more curvy or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
you know what I
but
mean, and
that's-
hold it well.
I just feel like when I go outside, I see more pretty women than I do cute guys.
Because you see, this is the thing. When you see beautiful, it stands out to you. When there's ugly, when was the last time you went to Quick Trip, Circle K, and saw an attractive guy? You can't even
Don't
tell.
know.
It's not even-
because
it's
you've
not
never seen it.
No, but it's not even worth pointing it out. Men can't monetize their sexuality. Men are just not attractive. There's attractive things men can have, but so when you say I see a pretty woman, that means you're at the gym and you see a woman with a nice shape or a pretty face or whatever. Boom, pretty. A man has to be tall enough for you to look his way to find him attractive. Or he has to be muscular enough for you to look his way to find him attractive. You see what I'm saying?
Not
So
necessarily. Sometimes I am just like your physical being, like your face, your hair, the way you're dressed, like.
Which is what you find attractive, which is why you've zoned in on it.
that's what
If
I'm
you
saying.
don't find it
But as a
attractive,
woman,
you
it's
don't
easy
see
to
it.
spot big titties. It's easy to spot a fat ass. It's easy to spot long hair. It's easy to spot pretty face. It's easy to spot that. But a man, especially based on a lot of the clothes that we wear, if he doesn't dress like a fuckboy, you're not even gonna know if he's muscular. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to agree with that.
Like-
I wouldn't look. I wouldn't look.
Like you don't look. Like think about it. You couldn't tell me what's the closest convenience store and or like CVS to your house.
QT's close.
It's a.
QT, that's perfect. How often do you go there a week?
Probably 2 times a week.
Can you recognize any man that fucking works there?
No.
All right then. That's what I'm talking about.
It's a lot. I mean,
Really
it's always
don't.
like hella packed. And
You see what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. If it was a bad bitch at Quick Trip, every man that goes to that Quick Trip road is going to remember her. And you guys are going to remember her. Because she's too pretty to work at Quick Trip. Because she should be at home
Oh, we're talking
cleaning.
about the workers?
Not being taken care of.
You're way too
Being
pretty to be
taken-
working at Quick Trip, girl. What are you doing
clock out
here?
right now.
And
The
that's
crazy part about it is,
Go get in my truck.
my number one pickup
that
spot
kind of
for
bad, though.
years has been the gas station. Why? Because if I see a bad bitch at a pump about to pump her gas, there's no man there.
What's
I'm
a
going
bad bitch to you? What do you think a bad bitch would look like to you?
At the pump.
What sticks out for you?
Yeah, what do you think?
I mean, I'm gonna ask you. I like ass, so she gotta have a fat ass.
So as long as she has a fat ass,
No,
then she's a
no,
bad
no.
bitch.
Then her face card is gonna sell me everything. I gotta see her face. If I find her attractive to where I'm like, okay, she's bad, then I'm walking over to her. I'm pumping your gas.
Are you paying
You've
for
done
it
that,
too?
or
If you haven't put your card up there yet, I'm
Paying for it.
I'm
Paying for it and pumping it?
No. Is that what you think about, or that is what you do?
That's literally. I
Have you
picked up
done
more
that?
chicks doing that
Have you done
than
that?
anything else.
Wait,
Yes,
but
I've literally picked up more women at the gas station than I
What gas
have
station you
anywhere
go to?
What gas station you go
else.
to?
But I feel like
I need my gas.
You're like, around what
I feel
time?
like that's like a.
my
I don't. I feel like that.
Hold on,
does-
guys. Hold on. One mic at a time, guys.
No, I feel like that's like a Midwest
Masculine.
or no outside of Arizona thing. Cause like I feel like that'll catch a lot of women off guard. Cause like back home, that was an easy pickup.
It's
Like,
an easy. So
it's an easy pickup to like.
I went
pump
to
gas,
college in
like,
Missouri,
Ayo.
so
I didn't know that.
Wait, where are you from?
I'm
I'm from Michigan.
the gas station is the pickup spot in the Midwest, hands down.
Yeah.
So when I went to college in Missouri, which my mom and dad are from St. Louis anyway, but being in the Midwest and seeing, my family's, so there's Midwest down south values.
Mm-hmm.
But as a man, it is not a woman's job to pump her gas. So if you're an attractive woman and I'm interested, I'm gonna go pump your gas.
And that's an easy one. How many times have you seen a nigga sitting in the car with his hoodie on, slumped on his phone while the woman's pumping her gas, and you're just like, bitch, what is wrong
Absolutely
Yeah, I've seen that.
with you? I see it all the
I've
time.
seen that.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Weird.
shit. Since I was 11 years old, I've been pumping gas anytime I was with my mom. You know what I mean? Like
My
you don't.
son's been pumping gas since he was like 5.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Get your ass out and
As soon
pump
as you
that
taught
gas.
me how to do it, like I pumped it. But yeah. So next topic.
That's a long topic.
I do. Here's a good one because I want to know.
I need more men to know that though. Like, pump the fucking gas. Get out of the car.
I did not know
What
that was
is-
a Midwest
it-
thing.
and
I was
pump
as a
the
girl. I was
gas.
like, damn, that's dope. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a Midwest thing. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think
I'm from the Midwest.
In
I'm from
Jersey,
Minnesota.
you don't even have to pump your gas, right?
Huh?
In Jersey, you don't even have to pump your gas. They do it for you.
I think it's the other
that's
coast.
just East Coast. That's New York, New Jersey, Connecticut.
The
You're
West
not-
Coast too.
In
Oregon.
Connecticut, you're not even allowed to
Yeah.
push the
Yeah,
pump.
So what
Yeah,
do
they
you
have
do?
people
Yeah,
working.
I know. I'm like,
So they just have
And
somebody
I
standing
experienced
there
that
ready
for the
to
first
drive
time.
up?
I know.
That reminds
In the
me
West
of
Coast.
the movie Hot Chick when they're
Oh my
when she's beeping the horn and it keeps in his head. Anyway, all right. I want to know what you guys. How do you know when a man is playing games with you? And we'll start with you.
With me? How do you know when a man is playing games with you? Eye contact is really important if we're in person. So there's like the eyes all over the place. That's usually for me. Body language, verbiage, and yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miss Jade.
Well, first and foremost, I'm in a relationship with a woman for a reason.
You didn't say that.
Period. Poo.
You didn't say that until right now.
How do you know when a man is playing with you?
Or a woman.
Playing
You can,
games with you.
yeah.
Well, I feel it's different for both, I would say. But
Are you
Can I-
bisexual?
yes.
Okay.
Can I say something? Because I'm not so much curious, but based on some of your answers and knowing you the way I do, you are ambitious, you are a hard worker, and you do like women. Are you the more dominant one in this relationship?
No.
No? Okay.
And I would say that's typically like where I come into a struggle, where it's a power struggle with a man. Like, no, I say. But there's more of a balanced dynamic in this
Okay.
specific. I was talking to Jess about it. I'm an Aries, she's a Capricorn, so very much dominant women in general.
Okay, but so then dating women or men, how do you know when they're playing games with you?
I feel like it's, I mean, it comes down to actions over words, and how they present that to you, that they're genuinely serious about you. I think even sometimes you get into more serious relationships and it becomes more apparent as to why things were literally bullshit in the past, or where things were bullshit.
Okay.
I would definitely agree with you because both genders, but I do with guys. Guys can say a lot of things, but what they actually do will show you if what they mean is what they say, and that is, you know, the everything of, are you bullshitting with me or not? Because I think guys really like to hear themselves talk sometimes. And they do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, y'all do.
Hey, that's why you guys are.
It's like
Y'all love to hear yourselves
There's a
talk.
good handful.
Like, ooh, that sounded real smooth. That sounded real good, what I just said. And it does. It does sound good.
When
It does
men lie,
sound smooth.
women buy.
The reason
Okay.
he's saying that is because we've learned that women don't receive the truth well. Okay? You want it, but you don't accept it, and women fall for what they hear, which is why you say actions over words, because the words are what attracted you in the first damn place, right? What he said he was going to do, the dream that he sold you.
Yeah.
Sounds so good, sounds so smooth, and you're like, that sounds great, and then there's no follow-up,
Right.
right?
So
But-
words backed by action.
Well, or true, but okay, but again, this is why I started this fucking podcast, because you guys have to understand the two different end goals between males and females in this relationship. He wants sex. You want relationship, or you want commitment. He has to earn sex. You have to earn commitment. Once you give up sex, your leverage on his actions is gone. It is now on you to work for commitment.
From the first.
From
time
the
you guys
very
had
first time we have sex. Your leverage is gone, because this is what we worked so hard to do, was to attract you. Because we want sex. You want commitment. So now it's on you to work your ass off to make us say you're better than the rest of these bitches.
In what ways?
Okay, hold on. Who asks who to get married?
I'm not married.
Well,
Men
When I say
ask women
who
to.
asks who
Asked.
to get
I thought you were
married?
saying who asked.
No.
Men might.
Who asks who to get married?
The
Typically
man
women.
asked the woman.
Okay. Do you realize that the moment we have sex with you, you're now auditioning for wife position?
Great.
So, but that's the thing. You have to put in the work to make that man say that you're the one that I choose. Because women are selective as shit with who you sleep with.
Yeah.
Well, I'm selective on who I'm going to give my fucking resources to and my life.
The ring.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
if I had to work hard enough to get into what I wanted from you, you have to work hard to get what you want out of me.
I don't think it's a one-sided thing. I
Yeah,
don't think
so
it's
that's what I'm saying.
The
So-
man needs to work to win this woman over. I
Well,
think
see,
it's a
you-
relationship.
You
It's-
require us to take you on dates, woo you, court you, do all these different things.
It's not a requirement. It's part of the relationship.
No, it's a
No, it's not, because
requirement.
you're not doing it for us.
You are not. It's the
Not
roles
necessarily.
are never reversed.
Maybe not in the beginning, but
Okay, so again, we have to put in this work to even get a date from you.
yeah,
So
Okay.
again, so yes, you have to work for it.
yeah.
And
That's fun for you guys.
No,
No,
it's
it's
not.
not.
It's really.
This
Okay,
man
hold
is
on.
ass.
What? You guys like that
Let's-
chase
let's
because
put
if
this-
there wasn't the chase, you
let's
would you'd be
build
like
perspective.
goodbye. I don't
She's so
care.
Let's
Exactly.
Build, let's
She's so
build
boring.
perspective. A 23-year-old dude with nothing going on. How many of you are gonna date him?
I'm 27. I don't give a fuck about a 23-year-old dude that doesn't have anything.
When you
going
were
for it.
23.
Even when you're 23.
No.
Thank you. You guys are not doing that because he hasn't created shit in life. Now, when I'm 33 and I've created something, and now I'm pulling up in my Benz, I got my own fucking house, I'm established in my career, and I've been to the gym like every fucking day, twice a day for the last 9-10 years, and look like a G.I. Joe. All of a sudden, you're super interested. But 10 years ago, you wouldn't give me the time of day.
But what about if I was in a Benz in my house?
But it doesn't care about you because at the end of the day, you're moving in. I'm not moving in with you. There's no fucking
And
way
you're
in.
not sharing your shit. Your Benz, your house, your being in shape does not benefit me because if I didn't have it, you wouldn't give it. That's the difference. I'm trying to explain it to you.
But it's vice versa as well.
No, it's not. That's the reason it's not vice versa. Hold on. That's the reason it's not vice versa. I, as a man who can provide for a woman and give her a life that's stress-free, responsibility-free, will go grab a woman who works at Sonic because she's pretty. I'll grab the woman at the gas pump filling up a Dodge Neon with hubcaps falling off because she's pretty. But if I was in a Dodge Neon with hubcaps falling off and you had the Benz in the house and the in shapeness, you're not looking my fucking way. So it's not the same.
If you get a job making $100,000, what's your thought process for you and your family?
I mean, we don't have to ask that. I'm already there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. What's
But
your
yes,
thought
no.
process?
When a man makes $100,000, he's thinking I can provide for my family. When a woman makes $100,000, she says I don't need no fucking man.
100%.
Okay, so it's
Thank
not
you.
the same.
So
So,
it's
don't
not the
even,
same.
so you talking about your Benz doesn't mean shit to us. That's the easiest way for you to end up single because you got everything you need that a man can't give you.
Not necessarily single, but
No, single. And let me tell you why. Because women date across or they date up.
100%.
Okay, so he has to make at least $100,000 for him to even get into a relationship with you. But you'd prefer that he makes a lot more than you.
100%.
Okay, so you've limited your odds. So like you guys didn't even know the numbers, like I said, about the average man and his average income. So let's play the game about that man that we talked about, taller than you, making a lot of money, all these things. Only 14 and some change percent make over six figures in this country, half of which are women. So we've just cut it down to 7% of men in this country make over $100,000. All right, 6 feet and taller. 15% of this country, some of which are women. At 6'2" and taller, it's 3% of men are 6'2" or taller. I'm 6'4", okay? Don't let you like black men because black men who make over six figures and who are over 6 feet, that's less than 1% of your population, okay? So, or any minority for that fucking matter. And then the other people that make that money who are that height, half of them are over 40 and already married. Okay? So you've just eliminated 98% of availability, right? Of what you want from a man. Okay? So you being successful makes it even harder, right? Because on top of that, it doesn't include, are they handsome? Are they funny? Are they in shape? Like, none of these things calculate, and they don't have to, because as a woman, like I said earlier, you're not judged on your accomplishments. You're just judged from the man that you want on if you're going to be fit, feminine, friendly. That's all we're looking for from you, right? So your ambition, your Benz, your $100,000 a year does not help me because you're not giving it to me.
It's actually, you're literally
hurts
wearing
you.
a hat that says I'm problems.
Okay, I have a question. You've been with your partner for 8 years, right? So what age bracket was it when you met your partner? Like,
She's actually older than me.
She's older than you.
Yep.
And so you were in your what? 20s, 30s?
30s.
You were in your 30s. So in your 30s, and at that time, you had already established so much for yourself, right?
Yeah, I was established at 26.
I can hear her good.
Yes.
Okay. So my question is,
Oh yeah, you just
the different tolerance
when you come back,
between
grab me one of those
your 20s and your 30s are completely different, though.
non-alcoholic.
Like you asked a question earlier. What is the average woman? The average age women are most desirable.
So you know what?
Between 18 and 24.
You know what? You know why she's a part of my life?
Why?
Feminine as fuck.
Oh, I love that for her.
I love that.
Okay, feminine.
Love
when
that.
Every chick that meets my chick, even if they're not interested, it's like she's so nice and friendly. Like people think I be bullshitting when they're like, "Yeah, I'm literally living like the poly life." They're like, "No, you're not." And I'm like, "Okay, well, just wait till you meet her." When I shoot my podcast, she's in the house. You know how many people have seen her? 6. I've been doing this for 5 years. I do shows 6 nights a week. interviewing people
6 nights a week.
6 nights a week.
What's the name of your
Jesus.
podcast?
No Cap Reacts.
What do you talk about?
Everything.
Oh.
A lot of the
Why
same
why
shit.
don't they see her? Is that like your preference?
No, so
or
this is-
like
this is the
she
thing.
doesn't want to be seen or what?
She won't get on my podcast.
Okay.
She doesn't want to be.
Okay.
She plays her role in life. Her role in life is to make sure that I get what I need and desire. I run multiple business. I have children. It's her job to make sure that my life is as easy as possible because I provide every fucking thing.
Okay. So what like she can do that, but where would that not align with her being seen by the guests that you have on your show?
Or is that just her reference?
So yeah, she doesn't care to be seen.
Okay, so that's
So, yeah.
her like
A woman in her feminine, like at the end of the day, until think of every athlete, musician in this world. How many of you knew Snoop Dogg's been with his girl since high school?
okay.
But until like 20 years ago, no one knew that.
Yeah.
A woman in her feminine has no need to be in the spotlight. Her spotlight is with her man.
Yeah, that's a huge thing that I think women overlook. Like, majority of female billionaires are inheritance or divorce from divorce. No one knew what the hell Jeff Bezos' wife did beforehand. No one knows. I don't know. She does things now, but like, or not now, but she's probably always has. But
I think they're divorced now. I think she got half his money.
She did.
yeah, but he made more money after her.
Well, I mean, her getting half of his money before or after or whatever.
Well, you also have to
she's
look at
good.
60% of all millionaire women is due to divorce.
Wow.
The reason they're I'm okay, thank you. The reason they're millionaires is because of divorce?
Yeah, they got it in the split.
Oh, like a prenup thing?
If
Prenup?
there
No,
was
there
none.
was no prenup. Or the problem with a prenup is what people don't realize is every 5 years you have to renew it.
Wait,
And
what?
and with a prenup, every 5 years you have to renew it.
Is that in all 50 states?
As in, so first and foremost, let's say me and you're getting married, you cannot sign the prenup in duress. As in, I can't be like, we're not getting married unless you sign this. We both have to consent. And then every 5 years, we literally have to update it.
So now
which is
it's
like why Dr.
or does
Dre
it
lost
void?
so much.
Does it void if you don't update it?
Correct. That's
Okay.
why
So, but
Dr.
I'm
Dre
making-
lost so much.
I'm making less money now, or making more money now, we're updating it, so like.
But again, think about the risk that man has to take. To because
You think
again,
every 5 years I'm grabbing my phone, putting it on the calendar?
and then to
Is it
have that
review
conversation
every
where
5
you're
years?
where you're signing it and not in duress.
I mean,
You know,
I would hope.
well, you would hope, but
And
at the end of the
especially if
day,
she's
that man has to.
watching you climb.
Yeah, that man
Wait,
has
but-
to. That man has to risk the fact that you can take half of stuff that you didn't earn.
Why get married if you're worried about a
It's
risk?
which
That's
exactly
why I'm
why
44
men
years
don't
old
do
and
it.
I'm yet to be married.
But all relationships
You're not
are
married?
risks, though.
No.
But it's a bigger risk for the successful man because he has to give up a lot of what he earned just because of the lifestyle that he provided for you.
But if this is the woman that
And here's the thing: 9 out of 10 times it's the woman leaving. I could see if he leaves you, fine, take half. But because you're bored, or you just don't like the lifestyle anymore, or whatever the case may be, why women leave. I think I screenshotted it. I'm gonna look for it in a second. But stupid.
I love when you just
You wouldn't have got married then. If you leave for one of those silly reasons and I have to give up half of my stuff, like that sucks. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna look for that while you guys ask your question.
So it's like a
I
a
feel
risk
like
then.
just like I
It's a
feel
huge
like
risk.
It's a risk.
There is no, what benefit does a man get in marriage?
That he doesn't get from a girlfriend.
Tax write-off, right?
Well,
Oh, here it
yeah.
is. Here it is.
I'm not even
Here it is.
thinking
Here it is.
about-
Top reasons for divorce: lack of commitment, 75%; infidelity or extreme or no extramarital affairs, 60%; too much conflict and arguing, 58%; getting married too young, 45%; financial problems, 37%; substance abuse, 35%; domestic violence, 24%; lack of support from family,
What year is that?
18%. This is new. This is 2023. It's on Forbes.
That's crazy because
Interesting.
drug abuse and abuse was only at 10%.
Yeah. Health problems, 17%. Religious differences, 13%. Little or no premarital education, 13%. But just the top three are the biggest problems for me because lack of commitment. A man asking you for marriage is
the biggest
commitment. So that to me, that 75%, which supports the facts and the numbers, which is 70 to 80% of women are the ones initiating divorce.
But wait,
it's lack of commitment in
there's more.
her eyes.
Guess what? They just did a poll on women to women divorce rate. 72%. Guess what the number one reason for divorce?
Tell me.
Lesbians? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess what the number one reason is?
Please tell me.
Lack of commitment.
I need the evidence.
I need this. I need the receipt.
Also, they have the highest domestic abuse
Domestic
rate.
violence rate.
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
they
'cause I'm gonna throw hands with her.
True,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like crazy. Yeah.
Why not? I mean, we equals. Let's go.
Equal rights, equal lefts.
Bye. Right.
Domestic abuse in lesbian relationships is double that of what it is for heterosexual men and women.
That's,
Equal
Wow,
rights,
that-
equal
I did
that's
not know
so
that.
funny. Right.
Did not know
It's not funny. It's not funny.
Okay, but you guys didn't get to answer that question of how do you know, you two, how do you know when a man is playing games with you?
I personally feel like in the talking stage, when he's agreeing too much to what I'm talking about. Like,
Why
The
did you
yes
say
man.
yes to
huh? Yeah, the yes
The
man.
yes man.
I know your intentions are for whatever. And then obviously like the easiest one, inconsistency.
Okay, consistency. What about you?
I feel like it's just like the vibe that you get off a person. That's just me,
Typical
though.
woman answer. I feel like instead of I
What
think
is the vibe?
and the vibe that cannot be described.
What is the vibe?
What the fuck is the vibe?
What is said?
Someone find the vibe.
Please explain the vibe.
Vibe is off.
Vibes are off. We can no longer proceed.
That is, women are the only ones that can make the excuses of the vibes and his sign. His sign was the reason
Right?
Oh my
that
gosh.
we weren't
yes.
compatible.
Well,
Like
the
that
see,
is-
the sign
And that's the truth.
Yeah, you've never heard a man.
And
Stick with
you know
it.
what? We
there.
will bring Jessica down here right now, and we will have an entire conversation about
That's
it.
fine, but you've never heard a man said, just couldn't deal
'Cause
with
you
her.
guys don't
couldn't
study
deal with
it.
her because she was a fucking
it's not
Aquarius.
real.
You guys don't study it, and
it's
you guys
not
don't
real.
understand it.
Oh,
You
I'm
guys
not
don't want to understand.
I'm
it.
not
Us
saying it
women-
doesn't hold its place because there's a quote by Charles Schwab
Your
that
wife understands
millionaires
you better get it.
don't use astrology, but billionaires do.
Billionaires do.
Thank
Okay,
you.
it's the stars definitely
It's
tell
real.
the world. I get that, but you
It's
just
real.
all I'm saying is you've never heard a man saying, "Oh, just don't fuck with Gemini, sweetie. I can't."
But the
Don't
sign doesn't
get
change.
it.
though.
Tyrese made a whole song.
I know, but here's the thing.
And look at how emotional
Wait,
he is.
Right?
And
Wait.
unstable.
But check this out. Your sign has nothing to do with what we want from you. Okay, so I'll deal with a Gemini. I'll deal with a Cancer. I'll deal with a Sagittarius if she's got
With
a fat
the Gemini,
ass.
and she
If she's
does
got
have a fat ass.
If she's got big titties, or if she can gargle peanut butter, I'm going to take the risk. Point blank. Period. All right, let's go back around one more. Or well, do you want to answer? How do you know when a woman's playing games with you?
Yeah, I would like to.
Yes.
It's easy. It's body language. Y'all tell them yourselves
say
every
that.
single time.
Yeah.
When you're out, if I take a woman out, she's playing with her hair, she starts touching me, you're in 100%. I'm fucking you tonight. Okay? If you're just there
Tonight.
and you're
For a
in
free
the,
meal?
in the presence, but you're not there, or I see you picking up your phone, you touch your phone more than twice.
Ooh.
I'm doing one of two things. I'm taking it from you
Ooh.
and sitting it on the seat next to me.
See, what's your sign?
You tell me.
I feel like you're a Capricorn or a Leo.
He's a
I feel like
Virgo.
you're a very.
He just
I
said his
know.
birthday was a couple.
Virgo's good.
He's a
Virgo's
Libra.
good.
Libra or Virgo.
You're no way you're a Libra.
He just said he had a
September
birthday.
26th, I'm a Libra.
No way.
Virgo moon maybe though. Virgo
So-
moon maybe.
Yeah.
I'm literally
What's your-
taking
what
your
time are you
phone.
on?
If you
Libras aren't giving, I'm taking your phone. But Libras also do not struggle, but deal with. I'm not even gonna go there. Continue.
Go there. So you said so one or two things. You're gonna take her phone, and then what was the other thing?
if I don't take your phone, I'm really gonna watch you touch it that third time, Point blank. Period. Check.
What does that mean?
And take the check.
Give me
Get the
He
money.
He understands.
I'm paying it, and I'm leaving.
Okay.
80 to 90% of the time, I'm picking you up, so I'm taking your ass home too. So we're done. What are you doing? You're not taking this serious. I know you're not taking this serious. So why should I take you serious? You don't deserve to make it to fucking dessert.
So that's the body language thing. The body language part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Women,
Shit, that was loud.
women definitely take
Ow,
some
down.
sorry.
Turn
Ow.
them
Almost
all
fell out
down.
of my
My
chair.
bad. That was loud as fuck.
Damn.
My bad. It was loud for all of us. Anyway, okay, so
what's yours?
why, how do I know if a woman's playing games or not?
Yeah.
For me, it starts with text messaging, like reciprocation. If you're not trying to talk to me or hear from me or see me or any of these things, then I lose interest quick. And in person, yeah, it would definitely be
The vibes.
no, it'd be body language and conversation. Like if you either aren't engaged in what I'm talking about or have zero interesting things to talk about yourself or aren't even slightly curious about anything, you know, I'm just like, well, this is a waste of time.
Does that kind of go back to the having passions and interests and because that person that doesn't have anything can't necessarily keep up with the conversation.
That's
She
fair.
still lives life. Okay,
Yeah.
So you can't not.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
Well, what
that-
I'm saying is, I mean, true again, but when I said that, see,
you
that-
know,
let's not take it to the extreme. I wasn't talking about like, I wasn't talking about a complete idiot. You know what I mean?
well, and I think maybe that's where
That's how it
for
comes
me, at
off.
least it got misconstrued.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I'm
how
like,
that's how
so
it could
we
come
don't-
off.
We don't care if she's smart or.
Well, I mean, to an extent, I'm still gonna fuck.
We're not talking about hookups.
I know, but again, you don't need to be smart to get dick.
That's what I'm saying. We're not
You don't
talking
even
about
need to have.
I mean,
You don't even have to have a place to sleep at night. to
We're not
get dick.
talking about hookups. We're talking about
But
taking
you
somebody
should.
serious,
Okay.
male or female.
Yes,
'Cause
but
you're
I
just
don't need
looking
you to be.
games.
I don't need. For instance, I said engaged because I could be the one talking, and if she's engaged, she's willing to learn. She's interested in what I'm saying, and that could be passionate enough. Oh, teach me more. Tell me more. This is a subject that I haven't heard much about.
I do love an intelligent man.
I do too.
You see what I'm
I
saying?
need that.
Yeah.
I mean,
love
shit.
learning.
Teach me
I love-
something I don't know.
I can use that as.
I know.
I can use that as my example. Like that's how she got here. It was because of her engagement in what we were talking about. Her first meeting with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get into it, but I was watching videos on YouTube about some stuff she had never heard about, and then we started talking about it, and she was just hella engaged. Like, this dude's weird, but you know, it's interesting because I've never seen anybody talk about this. It's not like he's watching football or playing video games. You know what I mean? Like, so
What was that conversation?
it was flat Earth.
Please tell me more. Please tell me more.
No.
We'd have to start a whole nother
Wait,
show.
what about letters?
Don't worry about it.
It's a whole other earth on that one.
Troy believes.
You wanna go back to astrology?
I wanted.
It's flat as fuck.
Thank you. Thank you, Troy. Thank you.
All right. Last topic, and then I want to thank you guys for coming again because last week really sucked not having guests. And I mean, shit, me and him were gonna do it just on a fucking FaceTime call. But I do appreciate you guys being here.
I tell you, I do,
Try
that
new
shit. I
things
do it all
sometimes.
the time. Even when people don't show up, I still have my podcast.
Yeah, try new things.
I know, but I was.
that a guy talking.
We do. The guy James that's usually here, he's in Wickenburg at the moment, so he's every other week now. And we do a just a guy talk, mainly just to help guys to be better, to be noticed. You know what I mean? Because it is really hard out here for a man in 2023 to get the attention of women that he wants.
I did like when you did the street interviews. Those are cool.
Yeah, those are cool, but it's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yes, I think the street interviews may attract more people to what you have to say on your podcast, but I also think like creating more videos around. I know you do. I know you post a lot of videos, a lot of like reels that like center the conversations that were talked about in this setting. But I just feel like that's what's going to bring people to the entire conversation, and I think that's so important. Like the street conversations and just more reels created around. And TikToks too. I don't know if you're on TikTok.
I am.
But
So post more? I thought I was posting more.
Yes.
Well, okay, I can, and
that's what I'm
I
saying.
should post some more.
well,
Yes.
you guys gotta
Post
understand.
more.
I'm doing all of this shit by myself.
Right.
All of
Understandable.
this.
It is a lot.
From setting it up to getting it to work. I mean, just experimenting with these mics today. Trying all of this shit along with I have to take tomorrow to
Watch
download
the
this
whole
episode,
thing.
rewatch it, edit, chop it up, and pick the right ones. And
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna help you out with that.
yeah, sometimes I don't want to bombard everybody's feed, but you know what? No, you're right. You're right. You know, I'm learning. I'm not a social media guru, but I'm getting there, working on it. But
We're all like,
so yes, thank you guys for coming. But
Because
the last,
I'm sorry.
go ahead.
When you get on social media, I feel like especially Instagram nowadays, a lot of people do hold back because they have that fear of posting too much. And so there's a lack of content that's actually valuable on Instagram, and it's just empty of content or empty of worthy content. And
Substance.
when you have worthy content of all these different conversations with people that have all these different opinions, and you're posting something that you said, something that she said, I said, she said, he said, from your valuable podcast, somebody is going to relate to the 7 of us that had something to say. So I don't think there's posting too much when there's this many people that had something to say about such a broad subject on
And I
social
also
media.
think like with algorithms and things like
Yeah,
you
that too.
maybe aren't seeing it.
100%.
You maybe see 1 of 5. Okay,
True.
so you know.
That's
It's
what
10,
I'm saying.
now you're
I can
saying
help
2.
you with that because so I work from home, and I've played with every algorithm on all social media platforms. I can get you like that.
All right.
And the biggest platforms, TikTok and Facebook.
Facebook bigger than Instagram?
TikTok, the algorithm is so different. It's
Yeah, I
like,
know that. I
everything.
do get a lot of interaction on TikTok, but I'm so bad at it. I hate TikTok personally.
you need a
'cause,
social media manager.
And there's also a thing called Tweet
Do we
Deck.
know anyone?
Hire me.
all right, this is way off topic, you guys. We'll talk about this when we get off
Okay,
the fucking
sorry.
show.
Moving on.
Next caller.
They just like start playing the music really loud.
I appreciate it. We're still in the beginning stages. I'm not done, but. I did also want to say that, you know, because women are fucking flaky, you guys like, subscribe, follow, do all that, but women, please stop being so damn flaky. If you say you're gonna come. Don't be scared. Don't think that we're gonna be mean or rude. We're just having some real ass conversations. You actually get to hear shit that most men who are trying to fuck you will not say to you. And you're getting some real
The vibes.
You're getting the vibe.
you're getting some real information on how to maneuver through things, and you're also getting advice on how to be better yourself so you can attract the man that you actually fucking want. Even that, I'm gonna get like PK. I know you like coming, and I appreciate you. You can come as every fucking week if you want to. Kiara, if you're watching, everybody loves you, and any of you guys who want to come back,
I would do this
please
again.
come. Yeah, and I would love to have you back. Okay, but last topic, because yes, if you guys, if I hit you up Tuesday, that means I ain't got nobody. So show the fuck up.
So like last resort.
Right?
And like, is it time?
No, it's just because I want the variety,
I
and the
know.
viewers want the variety. But I don't care if we have the same conversations,
Yeah.
because that's the one thing that I did realize about this is these relationships conversations need to be had every fucking week. I could do this every day, and people aren't going to get tired of it because it's no different from First Take or Sports Center. They talk about sports the same day every day, and it's the same thing. Radio stations, it's the same
good
shit
point.
every single day.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter because, like you said, in the algorithm, everybody may not see it, and somebody may say something with a different perspective, whether it's my guest, me, or one of the girls that throw some shit at me. That I'm like, oh, now I have to tweak my delivery because I haven't heard it that way before.
And not only
You know?
that, if all of you came back here every single time, what's gonna happen is you're gonna go home, you're gonna watch the video.
Oh, 100%.
You're going to grow. Your thought process is gonna change. You're gonna hear something that doesn't resonate to you the first time, and
Yeah.
you're gonna go, oh shit.
And you're gonna be maneuvering in this dating world so much differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna pick up on the bullshit quickly, and you're gonna pick up on your own bullshit quicker.
Well, it's an interesting conversation to have when you're single, because we're not like as being single, like we're not thinking about it. So we may be thinking like, oh, I'm healed, but I'm also not in an environment that's potentially triggering until you get in a conversation that's talking about potential relationships. Like these are just conversations we're not having on a regular basis because we're healing, you know. So
Well, here
I
again,
respect that.
growing up, going to school, who checked your work?
Teacher.
My dad was a teacher.
Thank
so.
you. Everything that you do in life, you
My
play
dad.
sports, your coach checked your work.
Yeah.
If you're single calling yourself healing, you're not healing
Yeah.
shit. You're just at a standstill. Until you're with someone that can check your work
Yeah.
and hold you accountable to your bullshit, you're wasting time.
I don't agree with that.
Everyone's,
I don't
agree. I do.
you guys
I
never
do.
agree with
I
that, but
do.
unfortunately, you
don't-
can't grow when no one's there to check you.
I agree with
Was
that.
that you? Or
Yeah, that was it.
I think that there are ways to grow in ways that you don't need a boyfriend or husband in order to grow.
Well, okay. I can't even remember the quote right now.
Yeah.
I believe.
But-
wait.
We should be. Why? Oh, there's that live? I don't know if that shit's working. Oh, okay.
on Instagram?
Yeah, I'm
I
on
think it cuts
Instagram
off,
live.
at some point.
Oh shit, I don't know.
You have to like go and like move the screen to make sure the phone doesn't.
She
go.
said it's still live.
Is it still live? Okay, cool.
I heard a quote.
Can't hear us. Are we still good?
It might be turned on too much.
Is that better?
Better? No?
Better?
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, it sounds better now.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the quote was off the top of my head, but it was basically, I think it was out of Healthy Habits, the book Healthy Habits. And it basically said the same exact thing. It's like, we do all this healing work and all of that, but we never really know until it's truly challenged.
That's
And that's what
yeah,
dating
that's what I was
is
thinking about,
a challenge to the work that we've done. So he's absolutely right
Yeah.
by doing it.
I
Like how
understand
does
that.
one
Yeah,
how does one measure that growth
Exactly.
until you're
But
back
I
at
I fully understand that. I think that it is challenged in a relationship because you can read all these books and you can work with all these coaches and you can do all this journaling and all these things outside of a relationship, and then once you're in it, it's challenged. You know, how do you react to the arguments that you have and all those things? But I don't think that some of the work that was done while not in a relationship can't show up in the actual relationship.
Okay, so you
If that
got
makes
hurt
sense.
in a relationship dealing with someone that hurt you, right?
You get hurt in a relationship? is
Yeah,
that what
so
said?
you got
Okay.
hurt from being in a relationship. So
Okay.
you take yourself out of a relationship to say that you're working on yourself, but how do you know what to work on?
Based off of the reactions that you had in the relationship that you know caused,
You know the bad part about that entire thing that you just did?
please tell me.
You forgot the accountability aspect.
That's what I said.
That's what she said.
No.
That was 100%
I'm not
accountability.
saying that. You're the accountability for the other person. Okay? You have to take accountability for the person that you chose and the things that you allowed to happen. And when you do that, you're going to find out in your next relationship if you're willing to fall for the same bullshit again.
So is that not part of the healing outside of the relationship? Like this
You're
is
not
what
going to know till you're in another
And
relationship.
you're
But
not
part
gonna know
of
until it's
healing
been-
is
yeah.
accountability.
That's
That's a
the
huge part of it.
repeat
That
process.
is healing, is accountability.
I think my mic.
Okay? We got to turn those back up because I can
Yeah.
barely.
But
hear
that
myself.
doesn't
That's literally all healing is because shit happens to everybody. Okay?
Yeah.
And 80 to 90% of the shit that's happened to you is self-inflicted. It's choices that were made. It was people that you let into your life. It was places that you went. It was decisions that you made at those places. And you have to be accountable for what you've done because you guys all believe in manifesting, right?
Yes.
So you've manifested the bullshit too.
Yes.
Okay, I that's what got me into it was when someone handed me the book The Secret, I was 22 years old, and that was my first introduction to self-help and all of this other stuff.
Great book.
I went from 19 to 27 without a driver's license. It was suspended because I was too broke to fucking drive. I had no DUIs, no speeding tickets, none of that. I was driving on, I got a $75 ticket that I didn't pay. They suspended my license. I kept getting pulled over on a suspended license and no insurance, and racked up like $7,000 in stuff. Now, once I read The Secret, I sat there and realized, oh, you attracted the cops to you. You knew you weren't supposed to be driving. You knew that you had to look over your shoulder, and you brought that cop there. I have a license now. You'll rarely catch me under 57 in a 45.
It's all the vibration.
I drive a Maserati. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always speeding, okay? And this morning, there was a cop right next to me. As soon as that light turned green, I took off on his ass. What are you gonna do about it? I'm good. I'm not worried about you. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not manifesting that negativity because I know I'm not doing anything wrong, right? But you all know when you're not doing what you should be doing, that bullshit creeps up because you can feel that karma. You see what I'm saying? And that's where the accountability comes in to the healing is I fucked up. I made those decisions. I gave that person a chance. I decided to take that job. I decided to do A, B, and C. And these are the consequences for those actions. Point blank, period.
That's good.
But I digress.
Yeah.
Last topic, guys.
That was good.
That was fire.
Last topic. What is one thing men have done to ruin dating today and one thing women have done to ruin it? So one for each. And we'll start on your side. I don't know what's going on with my headphones. I can barely hear shit. Are you guys?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. Well, I want to know if these are still loud. Is this shit still loud?
Wait a minute. Wait.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's better.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the f*** up.
I like how it leaves out the F word.
One thing women did, one thing men did to ruin dating today.
I would say like equally men and women, like gaslighting.
What is gaslighting? Please. The vibes, gaslighting, I feel like. Bro, you were the buzz term queen.
Gaslighting is like...
That's really funny.
I'm just random. I'm just like...
How old are you again?
I'm 28. But I'm just like... Gaslighting is basically like when you... It's like you...
See, if you can't explain it,
when
how
you
can
do
you say
something,
it?
it's like if I were to go through your phone and you say I can't see your phone, and then you tell me you're overreacting, then you're like putting an incentive in my head that I'm like overreacting. You're like lying to me and dumbing me down to the fact that like I'm overreacting.
That's a damn buzz term. Okay, gaslighting. There is no definition because it's a buzz term, so there's no Webster's definition. But
Urban Dictionary.
The meaning is to manipulate another person into doubting their own perceptions, experiences, or understanding of events. So that's not what. No, that's not what she just said. No, it's not. No, he said, "Don't look at my phone," and she felt some type of way about it. But that he's not downplaying her feelings. He's saying you can't see my phone. Downplaying is if he says if she looks in his phone, finds text messages, and he says that's not what you saw. Okay, that's what this is explaining. Okay. However, to manipulate another person, doubting their own perceptions, experiences, that like you can't be gaslit unless you let somebody gaslight you.
What about the time when people are like, well, believe what you want, and there's just like no explanation? Would you
then walk the fuck away?
Are you an adult? Like
again, back to accountability.
Yeah.
As a fucking adult, you just have to sit here and go, okay,
Yes,
I'm
we
not
are
listening
adult,
to this
but we
bullshit.
do it, boys.
But
So you
again,
don't have to act like a girl, act like a woman.
yeah,
Right.
and that goes back to accountability. You are basically letting somebody tell you you didn't see what you saw,
Yeah.
and you're
But
accepting
that is the
it.
definition of gaslighting.
Okay, I get it, but it's only gaslighting if you allow it.
Well,
so put it this way.
it's
So
still
hold on,
what it
hold
is,
on,
but
hold on,
you
hold
can
on.
say you're gaslighting me, but I don't choose to.
Do you still believe in
deal with
ghosts,
that.
Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, any of that shit?
Ghosts, yes.
Ghosts are real.
You know?
I don't know about this Santa
Okay.
motherfucker.
The boogeyman under your bed.
That's
The
real.
guy in the closet.
But yeah, no, like you can't be gaslit unless you allow it. If somebody
They can
says,
try to.
yeah,
They can
but,
attempt, but
I mean, I'm not. So anyway, what did men and women do? They both gaslight. That's
They
your answer?
gaslight each other?
Okay, Amory.
I think hyper independent women unknowingly knowing that they're hyper independent.
Remove the hyper, just independent.
Well, no, because
come on.
there's no such thing as hyper too.
Well, but the term itself is just a silly ass term because you don't hear men saying I'm an independent man. An independent
I'm
woman is
hyper-masculine.
an independent man, or an independent woman is simply independent of a man.
Right,
love
but I'm
that.
saying,
I love that.
but unknowing that you're in that mindset. So I feel like there's a
That
lot
can ruin
of,
dating.
Well, I
Yeah.
do
yeah,
feel like
there's
there
a lot, I feel like a lot of women don't
Independent
realize.
and hyper independent
Yeah.
women.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
you know.
There's two different.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
definitely two different.
There is two
What is the
different.
difference?
But the difference is a hyper independent woman is somebody who's in her masculine heavy. Independent woman is an adult paying her bills.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
But I
very
think it's the
fucking
unknowing that really jacks it up for women. I think a lot of women don't realize when they're really in that space.
I think they do because they stand on it and they say it. I don't need you. I got my own shit. That's how they approach shit.
That's true.
Because they're masculine.
So then they don't know the accountability and the consequences that come from it.
Well, yeah, because they don't care.
But going back to manifesting,
forced.
if I'm constantly saying I don't need a man, I don't need a man, I don't need, like I'm
That's- you
literally
ain't gonna get one.
casting out that. So goes back to that.
Welcome to creating your own.
Reality, right?
I create my own reality.
So what do men do that ruined it? Niggas be lying.
No. I think the percentage of a lot of men who have ideas of the 50-50 mindset or the I need her to take care of me or she needs to be independent then creates an imbalance of things. Because there are a lot of men out here who come from a single mother home. I don't know what the percentages are. I don't know statistics, but there are a lot who then still have the desire of someone to tell them what to do, how to do it, and take care of it. Like a lot of them deflect.
Oh no, I agree. You guys fell for Neo and Beyonce telling you this independent shit. And Webby, INDEPENDENTD. She got her own car. She got her own crib.
You know the crazy part? Still
And Neil.
sold by a man. Because
Right.
he came out with this shit. They were literally sold independent by a man. And yet again.
But
a
rich
hood
men,
nigga.
why do they say
a
that?
hood nigga.
Why do they say that?
Because it was a feminist agenda to move the empowerment and make y'all believe like, yes, I don't need that. And men find that attractive because Neo said, I love that she's got her own and she don't want me.
So that's
You know
just
what
the
I mean?
industry being
It's
ugly.
some bullshit. And Beyonce talking all the single ladies and all this other stuff and going back home to her husband who cheated on her. Like selling you this bullshit. Nick or Cardi B, I don't cook, I don't clean. Bitch, Offset showed us you do. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
I have a whole podcast.
You're a liar.
I have an entire podcast on how the independent movement was sold to women. You guys have bought into that shit. And as you guys buy into it even more, your single statistics continue to go up.
Yes.
along with anxiety medication and depression medication, sale of wine and sale of pet food. On top of that, what really is the underlying problem that I don't think anybody's paying attention to is supply and fucking demand.
Right, I was just thinking that because we talked about that on a different episode because you said that it's not the man just taking care of the household anymore. The women are having to work because this agenda has been made. And so if there's two people in the household making money, we can up the prices of everything.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Yeah, I
That
get
now
it.
the women have to work for the most part because men cannot afford things that they used to afford on just a fireman salary, on just a postman salary, on a mechanic salary.
Right.
Like, because it's supply and demand. Now there's double the fucking buyers. So raising the price of this house because she wants it, he wants it, they want it. You know what I mean? So somebody gonna buy this shit. It's just like living in a big city. You look at the outrageous, bro. A studio apartment the size of this fucking room in New York City is like $3,000. You know what I'm saying?
4,500.
Right? It's the size of this room. You got a oven, a bed, a bathroom in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And people buy it and split it. So you know, right? But yeah. So okay, you said so independent, and then men what?
I really didn't.
Oh yeah, the men being wanting to be taken care of.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I don't think I said anything.
No, it's your turn.
Oh, I don't know the question.
Oh.
One thing that men and women did to ruin dating.
What did men do to ruin dating, and what did women do to win?
One thing.
Ruin dating. Oh shit. I think that women have ruined dating by
Ruined.
I think there's a lot of things that I could go directions with this question. But I think like a lot of what we have talked about tonight, women have ruined dating by trying to be the man in the relationship. And trying to be the man in a relationship when you also want to attract a man in your relationship ruins relationships.
It's counterproductive.
Right. Like you're not going to attract the man that you want by being a man.
Yeah.
And we've been taught really within these last few years to kind of be a man, to be in our masculine. And that just, it just doesn't equal each other. It's like like two magnets, that are the same.
I honestly don't get it. Like, why do you want to compete with a man so much? Not you,
It's
and
not
not you. No, but that's how it's approached with the things that women say who are extremely masculine and independent. Here's what I'm saying. The reason, this is my statement. I don't want to fucking work. So why do you? Especially if you don't have to.
But do you think?
Like, it's not fun.
A lot of the agenda also came, and I'm just speaking from the Black community, from the mass incarceration that happened.
It's before that. It's actually before that.
Right, but okay, so we lost a lot of Black leaders in the attack of the Black home, and this is just only speaking from the Black community, and mass incarceration of our men. So one thing that happened for a whole generation is that we as Black women.
Okay, so that was part 2 because they attacked white people first, whether you know it or not.
I'm only speaking from one
one
perspective. I don't know that perspective.
I love this conversation, but especially when it comes to Black people, because we always want to put it on. They took it. It's a 2-part. They actually did it to the white people first, and then they did it to the Black people after, like 20 years after the fact.
Okay. So anyways, we'll add everyone together. So do you think that hyper independent agenda was in place, or the independent agenda was because of the fact is, well, these men are locked up?
Let me tell you something. The entire feminist movement and agenda is for 2 things. And again, I just don't understand what women sold this to other women is we'll really show men by continuing to fuck them, but also going to work. And we're going to make decisions too.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, you showed us. You know what I'm saying? And not commit to them either. We're just gonna be hoes. Like, cool, that's what we wanted. We wanted to fuck all of you. So I don't know who sold women that shit. But the biggest problem is that it wasn't an attack on Black. It wasn't an attack on white. It was an attack on masculinity and the nuclear family.
Yes, 1,000%.
Okay, so
I do agree.
you can't control a country where you have to go through the man to get to his children.
Yes.
All right. So if you have a bunch of families with strong men at the helm of those families, that his wife is following him, his wife is instilling the beliefs and teaching those children before the school gets a hold of them and tells them LGBTQIT+. Like, I mean, You know, like
Yeah.
all of this, and this is what we have to come to accept at this point. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with any of that. Do what you want to do. But, you know, me personally, I'm just not, I can't get with the trans shit. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. I'm on the dating apps because her and I are looking for people to add to this shit. And trans dudes pop up on there, or trans women, whatever the fuck they are. But it's like, bro, Transformers. At the end of the day, you're gay. You know what I'm saying? Go look for a man who wants a man. I don't want a man. You know what I mean? But the problem that I have with the biggest problem is that overwhelmingly it's men who want to transition. It's not women looking to become men, right? It happens, but there's not a lot of women that are looking to become men, because as a woman, at that average height of 5'3" to 5'5", you've just become a small man, a weak man that no other woman wants, and you start to see how hard it is to become a man. However, as a man, you have just transitioned to a bitch with superpowers. You're now one of the strongest women on the fucking planet. You know what I'm saying?
Taking over their sports.
Yeah.
A man became a woman.
And women are allowing this shit. Like, women need to stand up and say, no, you can't compete.
We're trying
You're not
to.
women.
We're trying
yeah,
to.
it keeps cutting out. But
we'll
you know, like, because
canceled.
but see, the whole how you feel and all this other shit is starting to become a fucking joke, because women will sit there and say, oh, I love Lizzo, she's so pretty, do your thing, girl. But if I said you look like Lizzo, it's a fucking problem. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, you just said she was pretty. You're pretty. You're Lizzo pretty. Right? Okay? Or if you're a petite, pretty white woman and I say you look like Dylan Mulvaney, you said he won Woman of the Year. This is a compliment.
Who was that?
The dude that was on the Bud Light cans, or the Transformer.
Okay, but wait, circle this back around to the
I don't even know
homes.
who that is.
It was just an attack on masculinity. It was an attack on masculinity. Women go vote, go work. That's another person we get to tax. That's another person who's not another line of defense for the children. It's husband, and then what wife is telling these kids on what to do and the things that she teaches them. Like, we have a very strict natural code on what we're supposed to do. Why are we arguing with nature? Whether you want to call it God, source, universe, it's already all figured out. And we're just fucking with it. And at the end of the day, what you're saying is I know better than whoever created or whatever created this. You see what I'm saying? When there's a natural order to things. You know what I mean? Throughout time, no matter what good book. Oh, you know what? These might be dying. That could be what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say this and then we can get out of here. But throughout all the books in history, it was the best man had majority of the women, tribal situations, all of that. Like, it's just the nature of things. So I don't know why we're fighting so hard to be equal. Women and men are not equal. And you know how I know that? Because men and men aren't equal. So how in the fuck can men and women be equal? You see what I'm saying?
I'm 5'10", he's 6'4".
You know what I mean? But before these mics die, guys, damn, we've gone 2 hours. One thing you liked about the show, and
Just save my answer for next time.
yeah, sorry.
I thought mine was good.
I know.
Go for it. Hold on, we'll do that then. Well, let's finish this.
Mine is the same for both. I think it's levels of expectation. Whether
that's fair.
it's anticipated expectation or actually maintained expectations, I think that's what ruins dating.
Unspoken expectation.
Yes, I love that. For men, I would say inconsistency and discipline. So there's no schedule that they're on, or like they're not going to the gym, or they're not like doing something that's like bigger than them, that's like helping them be better. I feel like that ruins them because it does lack of discipline. For women, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
For women, I said influence, because we react emotionally. So if I'm looking at, if my algorithm on Instagram is that single women shit, like, I'm gonna be heavily influenced that. And then when my man comes home, I'm gonna be like confused. So I feel like influence and even just the people that women are around heavily affect relationships, because if your friends are all hyper masculine, they're gonna be like, fuck him, you don't need him. I've been there. So like you said, like, you're healing, I'm healing, but I'm also like very aware of patterns that I've played in. That's why I'm like influenced. Like, I even underlined it because that's big. to me for the most part.
Good. Good show, guys. Good job. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna be working all day tomorrow to get a bunch of clips to post.
I'm actually gonna shorten your time. 100%.
Okay. We're out of here. Hit that intro music. And let's get out of here. Thank you for tuning in.